I swear to God, if PKA is my career downfall, I swear to God.
Like,
Maryland is,
that.
yeah, it has to be, in my opinion, humbly, the ugliest state outline. It doesn't make any sense.
Isn't it because of
West
rivers?
Virginia.
Because of rivers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the glorious Alpha Chad geometric Utah, which is just like fucking draw lines in the sand, call it a day. Like that.
I mean, that's Colorado.
Why'd you pick
like
on
that.
Utah and not like a Dakota or Wyoming?
Because I think in my head Utah is more square. Colorado would have been the correct choice here.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
Because Utah has that little jut.
Utah,
up,
yeah,
but it still looks pretty good.
Proudly taking.
Oh, you're right. Utah's
territory.
more square than I thought it was. Well, I should have known that.
The way we like did states was like when you start on a project and you're really into the intricacy of it, and towards the end you're just like, this is fine. This is okay.
Colorado and Nebraska is pretty solid.
I mean, look at that. Colorado and Wyoming, two alpha squares.
Yeah.
That's good. New Mexico gets fucked a little bit because they have that little hang off. Let's give that hang off back to Mexico. Make them a nice square.
Yeah. I mean, Texas, we got to lock Texas off. We got to get rid of that.
What if we get like an autistic president and he's like, they all have to be squares? It's the only thing he works towards for 4 years. Like, we need health care. He's like, well, we'll get to that right after the great squarification.
America is a grid system, and that's how we're just going to be. You live on the 89th parallel.
Oval Office? Not in this administration.
It's like when Norwegians take over. We've got Scandinavian design leading all of everything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's good.
Oh, you know what's even better than that weight loss feeling, Woody? The experience of getting fat. Oh, you have not lived until you've gotten fat, my friends. Until
Kyle, how's that going for you?
You just toss it to the side. Yeah, how's that going?
I might be the fittest person on the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably fitter than me, I promise.
Well, you're running all the time, aren't you? You can see that one straight, and then bring it in and touch your nose.
But it just fits.
All right, now
I can do that.
Put your hands, put your palm flat, and now reach towards the camera.
I don't even know why we're laughing. I don't know what's funny.
I can't imagine why you laugh.
Oh, Jesus.
Ratings for this list, a lot of it comes from what I'm going to order. I love French fries.
What program did you use to make this graphic?
Shut up, Woody. It's a website.
It's fake music that no one could possibly feel like we're overdue for a shot.
That was the funny.
I was actually thinking the same thing. I want 1/3 credit. Kyle was first, but I was thinking the same thing.
All right, shot time.
Shut up.
I'd forgotten because I'm drinking this.
I don't know what cadmium is, but I think it comes back every Easter.
It's an element.
Oh my! Shut up.
Cadmium is that cool.
Woody, would you
know, I don't
suck
have
toes?
Possible.
She came on the show. She was so great.
No, care.
She was funny. So we had these two. They had this couple on, and what they do is they have a YouTube channel called Sailing the Vagabond, and it's Elena.
Oh, they died, didn't they?
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck.
Counterpoint. So you replace your acne with cancer.
Burning.
That sounds like a teenager decision.
Shut the fuck up, Matt. Nobody asked you. All right. I'm just,
Wow.
I'm just trying to be accessible to people. If not, it was just that bad.
I think it was that bad.
It was that. Shut up. It was that bad. Did you look at it? It was.
We're
so
agreeing
nasty.
though. Why are you so mean to me?
No,
the girls don't want to feel like they're the first to use these toys. Are they okay with you breaking out?
Matt, you've been married for years. Shut up. You're not.
No.
Tucker,
they don't know anything.
Also, Tucker.
He's going to come back.
Tucker, I love that you're being abusive to him because he's not used to that, and he is this close to snapping. All right, he doesn't.
I'm a little confused on this plan.
Shut up! No. The way it goes is I'm gonna.
You would be the best pregnant dude ever.
Thank you. Oh,
here's another great question from my Twitter account.
I like that on Matt.
I knew we were together. I knew it. You and me, brother.
How do you even do that?
You and me, brother.
I think I'm the drunkest and I drank the least.
Shut up. You're not the drunkest.
What if I told you the recording was a little f***ed up?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, how mad would you be if I hadn't pressed the record button?
Well, we would kill you. We'd come to your house and murder you.
We could start the show now.
Yeah,
we can
right.
work. I'm fucking with you.
He is fucking with.
Well, that's
That
good.
wasn't funny, and at no point.
Well, that's good.
I just want you to know,
know
that
what,
if you had
Woody?
said we're
Next
starting
time-
the recording now,
Next time you fuck with us, take the glasses off because for some reason the glasses make me think that it's reliable.
I would have
hated
led the. I would have usurped. I would have usurped you. I would have been the third host. You would have been out of it.
Yep.
Your whole fans would have.
Welcome to PKA.
I am now the.
Kyle.
Or wings.
Hey, Woody, put her on. Woody, put Jackie on. Woody, put Jackie on. Woody, put Jackie on right now.
I don't think that's for the best.
Woody, put Jackie on.
You're yelling
Don't
like
put
she
Jackie
could hear
on.
you, but that's not how
Don't
that
put
works.
Jackie on.
Woody,
But the
please
point
balance-
is,
no, you have a
I
shoe.
thought I wasn't drunk.
Woody.
Like, no, I'm just
Matt.
wearing a shoe on my head, ironically.
Matt, put a shoe on your.
There's
fucking
no
head right
shoes
now.
here.
What do you mean? You're 15 seconds outside of a shoe. Just
I probably am. They're downstairs.
Is
And it's a Great Dane. Jackie and I like
no,
Great Danes.
what's his name?
His name is Ender. It's short for Enderman. We take turns in the family
Wow,
naming the
that's so
dogs.
gay. You guys named it
That's
after your
not
fucking
fair.
crap.
Colin named him because he was a fan of the game.
I
And
can't make fun of him.
I named the next one. I'm leaning towards Bark Vader, but it's not set in stone.
Ooh, Bark Vader, that's good.
Hey,
like
can
that.
I please say, hey, don't do that. That's just like you, Matt. How old are you?
I'm 46. We covered that.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Like, it's a
Wait,
really high
Tucker, how old are
number.
you?
You're
Yeah, me
20
too.
years older than me. Fucking idiot. Remember that time?
You know, wait. You say fucking idiot.
Making fun of me,
Hey,
making
man,
fun of
it's great.
Kyle, making fun of Woody. I love it.
Yeah.
He's been calling me
Oop.
Matt all night.
He's gonna come back and like he's gonna be like, guys, it was all about not liking gay people.
It's like, I just don't like penis.
Yeah,
Right?
I
You do
wouldn't
whatever
have-
you want.
No, it's their problem. I wouldn't have made myself gay.
And everyone behind, and he's wearing a crown of emeralds. That's the worst part. He's wearing the crown of emeralds.
Like, yeah, we got so many of these. If you just dig a little deeper, it's all emeralds down there.
Well,
It's-
Johansson told you, burn the gays, you get your emeralds. What are you people doing?
Why did they become Italian from?
Well,
Oh,
What are you doing? Hey,
Fucking Jesus here.
I'm discriminating here.
I'm walking on water here.
I don't know. I imagine them in Rome for some reason.
Oh. Now they try and you. I don't know what you're talking about. I had 2 loaves and 5 fishes. I don't know why you're saying that. You're saying that 15 trucks worth of loaves and fishes gone missing. I made this out of 2. I don't know what you're talking about, officer. You can talk to Pontius Pilate if you feel so inclined. But things might go poorly for you. That's the way it would go. You know, Italian Jesus
If there were-
robbing the Romans to pay himself.
An American Italian
Yeah.
is what we're talking about.
Let's keep avoiding. Oh, power up. I need it. Sorry. What you got for me? Birds ignore you. Yes! Oh my. I almost just choked on my tooth. Oh my God, that's about the worst case scenario. Oh my God, there's nothing funnier than this. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. All right, we're doing it with our little tooth, guys. Oh, that's the problem. I gotta stop evolving. All right, I'm fucked. I just lost. I am so sorry, guys. I just fucked up so bad. Yes!
Legit number.
So I'll tell you, I had before. So I got my front tooth knocked out, like pretty much in half when I was 7, and so they built it back up with resin. Like you, it should have only lasted like 3 or 4 years. That lasted from when I was 7 until 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I guess. So
Yeah, I remember when it
It
fell
came
out.
out on
yeah, when
stream.
it, then it fell out.
Dude,
Yeah.
you took a lot of praise on how you handled that. Like, you didn't hide it, you didn't get ashamed. You're just like, ha, the little tooth emerges. And
Well, yeah. you know, and then but it was during a sponsored content thing, and I was front page of Twitch too, and then like the video did really well, so then I sent like some company bought the rights to the video, and then they fucking Terry Crews had this show called like America's Funniest or whatever, and I made it all the way to the finals of that stupid show, and they were calling me like level 99 nerd, all this stuff. I just got roasted by Terry Crews for like 30 minutes, and then they were like, he doesn't win. They
Terry-
get like dog.
I was in prison with Terry Crews's like brother-in-law. He's in prison. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Real nice guy.
Small world.
Yeah.
Do you know what he did?
Oh, and instead of the claws, dude, instead of 3 claws, 3 dildos. 3 dildos. You go,
Of course.
shink, and 3 dicks come out of your hand, and
You gotta
you're
be kidding me. There's got to be a parody for that.
punch fucking Elsa.
There's an Edward
Go!
Scissorhands just like
This
that.
is $1 million
I saw it in
idea.
college.
I just searched Wolverine dildo hands. Sorry, Woody, go ahead.
I was gonna say Edward Penis Hands is a thing.
Edward Penis Hands is definitely a thing.
That's my nickname.
Edward Penis Hands.
That's a guaranteed. Unfortunately, Wolverine dildo hands did not return any results.
Yeah, have you ever searched something on Google and it's like, we're sorry, it returned nothing. And you're like,
I'm the
that
first
can't
one.
be true.
There's no
too
way
many
nobody
people out
searched
there.
this.
I wish they at least had a list of like a numbered list of how many other people have tried that. Like, there's 11 other degenerates out there. I'm not alone.
Actually, wait, I'm sorry. I searched Wolverine dildo hands, and like 3 rows down, there's a picture of the Wildcat controller made by Razer, my sponsor, in a bunch of dildo pictures.
Nice.
So good marketing there, Razer. Good marketing.
I just looked up the plot of Edward Penis Hands. A door-to-door dildo salesman stumbles upon Edward and discovers the advantages of his hand substitute, brings him home where he falls in love with her daughter. So I think she used him
her
as some sort
daughter,
of
dang.
display case for dildos. I don't know.
Imagine the amount of just pure sales skill you need to have to make it through life as a door-to-door dildo salesman.
Hey, your husband's not home, huh? Pretty typical. You know what else is home? These dildos. They can please you pretty damn. How do you do this?
Jericho
My
would
husband
thrive in
died
that
30
sell me this
years
pin
ago.
environment, right?
Yeah, but it's sell me this large purple dildo.
Look, I disagree. I feel like it would be. I feel like it'd be easier to sell dildos door to door than it would be most things. I'll tell you what.
Nice.
You go out all day and try to sell vacuum cleaners. I'll go out all day and try to sell dildos. Let's see who sells the most.
Here you go, Kyle. You're
This
knocking
is
on
a
Mrs.
good
McGillicuddy's door right now. You're knocking.
Oh, hello. What can I help you with?
Hello, young lady. I'm
He's good. He's good.
This guy's good. This guy's good.
Go Kyle. Go Kyle.
I'm sorry, young man. What were you
I'm
saying?
from the Rothko Electric Penis Company, and I've got a product that you won't believe. This is our newest one. As you can see, it's well, I can't turn it. Oh, wrong way.
Oh,
As you
that'll
can
be
see-
perfect for me, young man. Ever since the 70s, my clit's been about as sensitive as an elbow. It's all worn out.
As a what?
Well,
An
ma'am,
elbow.
an elbow.
It's like clit, elbow, skin. Oh, they don't
Wow.
tell you about that growing up.
Well, ma'am, this'll definitely do the trick for those who maybe your husband's away or maybe he's away forever. This can replace the man that used to be in your life and more. Let me demonstrate. Why don't we go inside now? I'll demonstrate for you how it works.
Oh,
Do
as
you
long
mind
as
if
you're
I?
the one doing demonstrating.
Do you mind if I
please.
get a bit more comfortable over here? Yes. Let's just take
Oh,
this
my.
off. Oh, yes.
Oh, my pacemaker.
I hope you don't mind if I apply a bit of oil before we get started. I like to get good and lubed up everywhere before I demonstrate. All right, there we go. Yeah.
Now tell me, do you have any softer kind at the bottom to open up and put the batteries in? I can hardly get those soft top Tylenol caps open.
I notice you've become
I'm
a bit
becoming British now.
British. Yes. Wait,
I'm
you can
sorry.
turn-
I've lost all sense of cohesion.
if you'll just have a seat right there, I'll demonstrate. Yes, just put your legs up on my shoulders there. Thank you. They're very good. Just recline back. Now.
Oh, I've got a false hip. Be careful.
Yes, I noticed that. I noticed, and Okay, these therapeutic socks are very sexy, by the way. Are these for diabetes? Yes, very nice. I like it. Yeah, your slipper fell off. I'm sorry. I'll just
My
put that over
left
there.
foot's fake. You'd never guess.
Oh God! Oh shit! Yeah, it is. Huh? It hurts.
After my husband died, I lost all control with eating.
Looks like it appears you've lost control of your bowels as well.
Oh, I mean, yes.
I'm going to choose to ignore that at this juncture. If you'd
See,
be,
my joke is you don't even have to fuck me to get the shit out.
I see. Well, luckily for both of us, I suppose let me get the double tom out. As you see, this one has a quarter
of the pounds.
Yes, it's a quarter horsepower gasoline engine. And as you can see, it's got 2 dildos on the end. So just are you prepared, ma'am?
Oh, I've never been more ready.
All right, here we go.
Christ! Oh, take it out.
Well, ma'am, that's the Rothko electric dildo. Would you like 2 or just 1?
I can't tell if it's the Alzheimer's or if you fucked me so good I forgot where I am.
Oh, it's both.
Oh, a little role play.
I like it.
And scene.
That might have been the funniest thing I've all the times I've been on here. That might have been legitimately the funniest thing that you guys have ever done.
Thank you. Try our best.
Legitimately fucking cry.
Sorry that she became British halfway through.
Yeah, right. I should have went British as well. Like I should have.
Yes,
ma'am. Normally I work for the British Belly Button. What is it?
Belly Button Institute.
The British Belly Button Institute. Yes, this is our finest belly button probe with lint removing capabilities.
What got us talking about the British Belly Button Institute?
Wait, because of Wing's deep belly button.
Oh, and you were a collector looking for the finest and deepest of belly buttons, and I am the procurer of said buttons.
That is true. I've traveled the world looking for the deepest, darkest belly buttons, from the Far East to the dark continent of Africa. And
Not a lot of luck in Africa, very few fatties. Yeah.
that is true. Lot of outies there. Don't care.
Looks like a balloon that's just
It really hurts, man.
Oh,
Like, that story really hurts.
Oh man.
yeah. So you fucked the belly button.
No.
I wonder
you
what the
have not.
title of this is going to be.
I don't
I-
either, man.
Still on Twitch. Haven't clicked over there in a while. Did we get booted?
I don't know.
Are we still alive yet?
I gotta pee. I'll be right back. All that roll. I'm just honestly going to finish myself off. All that roll play.
I really got you going, eh?
If we hear the sound of pouring water, we'll know it was Kyle.
Yeah, they're gonna have to release a new terms of service after this. You cannot role play as an old lady being banged by some deviant dildo salesman on our platform.
Why'd you gotta be fucking deviant? He was an honest to God salesman. Just the hello, young lady. I was like, I'm sold. This guy sells.
Yeah, it was great.
This guy
Right off the
sells
bat,
shit.
this guy sells shit. Yeah.
In Seattle, just a couple days ago, an airline mechanic went crazy, and he took a plane. I want to say it's like an 80-passenger plane.
72.
Like if I told you like the serial number, nobody would know the fuck I was talking about. But just imagine a plane with like 40 rows of seats, like a big fucking plane, not a giant jetliner, but not a private plane either. And he starts sightseeing, and they've got like an Air Force captain in the air and an F-15 flying behind him, and they got air traffic control trying to talk to him, but they're all terrible negotiators. At one point, he decides to do a loop, right? He's like they'll be like, 619 are coming out of the northeast. We're gonna need you to make a left-hand turn there. Yeah, that's right. This is Captain Phillips coming on in. Yeah, if you just make that left at the next juncture there. Yep. 317, head northeast, private. And the guy's like, I was really hoping you guys would just want to talk, just have a little, just chat. He's like, I'm thinking about doing a loop here.
You want to watch it?
Yeah, it definitely he talks about the loop because
I haven't.
There's a
pre-watched
3
it.
minute Do you have the 3-minute version of the best tidbits from air traffic control?
Let's find
no,
that.
I just
because
had.
there are
I'll
some,
pull that up.
Yeah, there are
Okay.
some really good quotes in there. Like at one point, they told him, hey, we're trying to make sure you're not causing any disruptions to our actual flight traffic. And he said, oh, yeah, okay. I don't want to screw with that. I'm glad you're not screwing up anyone else's day on account of me.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm not going to ruin it because I just linked it. But
All right, let's queue up.
All right, I'm queued up at 0. Ready?
this has to be one of my favorite videos.
Ready, set, play.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them. Just a broken guy. Got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now.
It's kind
So
of sad.
calm.
I'm down
So
to 2100.
level.
I started like 30 something. 100 pounds of fuel.
Rich, you said you're at 2,100 pounds of fuel left?
Yeah, I don't know what the burnout is like on takeoff, but yeah, it burned quite a bit faster than I expected.
Okay. There is the runway just off your right side in about a mile. Do you see that? That's McCord Field.
Oh man, those guys would rough me up if I tried landing there. I think I might mess something up there too. I wouldn't want to do that. Hopefully, they probably got anti-aircraft.
No, they don't have any of that stuff. We're
It's a
just
military
trying to find a
base.
way for you to land
Air traffic
safely.
is fucking laughing too.
Yeah, I'm not quite ready to bring it down just yet, but holy smokes, I gotta stop looking at the fuel because it's going down quick.
He's so excited.
Okay, Rich, if you could,
If I were in the jury, I'd vote in
and we'll take you down to the southeast, please.
This is probably like jail time for life, huh? I mean, I would hope it is for a guy like me.
And
Spoiler, he dies.
right now he's just flying around.
I like to think he
And,
flies this plane for the rest of his life.
He just needs some help controlling his aircraft.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Very good.
Nah, I mean, I don't need that much help. I played some video games before. I'd like to figure out how to get the cabin altitude. Like, I know where the box is. I would like to get some, make it pressurized or something, so I'm not so lightheaded. Minimum wage. We'll chalk it up to that. Maybe that'll grease the gears. A little
What's he
bit.
talking about?
He's like, oh, this is why I
Because he's
did
on
it.
minimum
Because I'm on
wage.
minimum wage. Let me just try that one out.
True. People's lives are at stake here.
Now, Rich, don't say stuff like that.
Nah, I didn't tell you. I don't want to hear no one. I just want to get away from sweet nothings into my ear.
He's great.
You think if I land this successfully, Alaska will give me a job as a pilot?
I think they would give you a job of doing anything if you could pull this off.
Like,
Yeah,
how
right.
bored is air traffic right now?
Right?
Nah, I'm
You
a
just
white
told the
guy.
worst
eh?
lie.
I don't know what
If you wanted
white
to
guy.
land,
I guess he's saying
probably the
that
best bet
disadvantage.
is that runway just ahead and to your left.
Oh, this is
Again,
the
that's
last
McCord
tidbit.
Field. If you wanted to try, that might be the best way to set up and see if you can land there. Or just like the pilot suggests, another option would be over Puget Sound into the water.
Dang, did you talk to McCord yet? Because I don't think I'd be happy with you telling me I could land like that, because I could mess some stuff up.
Well, Rich, I already talked to him, and just like me, what we want to see is you not get hurt or anybody else get
He's
hurt.
afraid to land at the military base.
So like I said, if you
wait.
want to try to land, that's probably the best place to go.
Hey, I want the coordinates of that orca with the, the mama orca with the baby. I want to go see that guy.
The most fucked up thing is I'm sitting here when this is all unfolding on Twitter because, Twitter, lovely news thing. I'm starting to see all these people taking videos from like 20 seconds ago. It's like, this guy's doing barrel rolls in the air right now. What the fuck's going on? And I'm thinking like in the most I can't even explain it another way. Like, he seems like a normal dude. I would go and have a couple beers with this guy. But if it was anybody else in any other situation, this is a catastrophic event. Like, this could be terrible.
Like
But-
people were worried for a sec. They're like, "Is this terrorism?" And then people were
Yeah.
like, "Usually terrorists don't do loop-the-loops away from where anyone could get hurt and express explicit intent of not hurting anyone." Like,
Yeah, it was. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you know.
Dude,
he
I just
died,
showed the
so-
video. He pulled off a barrel roll.
Not a
did-
barrel, roll.
and no,
a
he
loop-
did. He barrel rolled and looped looped.
Oh, that's
I don't see a
hilarious.
loop. I did see a barrel roll though.
Yeah, I don't
The
think anybody
loop
got
was
the
the
loop.
big one. The loop. He like here's the deal. He's like, I probably need to be at like 6,000 feet to pull off this loop, huh? And they're just like, let's not do that. And he's like, yeah, 6 ought to do it. And he's
really
starts
close.
doing it. And he barely makes it at the bottom. Like he barely recovers in time to like not hit the ground. And they're like, all right, well, you did that. Congratulations on the loop. Do you want to land it now? And he's like, you know, I was kind of hoping that was going to be it there. I might just go nose down over here somewhere. And they're like, no, hang on a goddamn minute. Like I think he had vomited all over the control panel from the
Yeah.
loop.
You can hear him in the clip when he's talking about not ready to set it down yet, because he's like gagging it back. He's like, yeah, I'm not really ready to put it down just yet.
It's like so funny, but also it's such a weird juxtaposition of funny and sad to see
Right.
someone who knows they're gonna die and they're still making little jokes and quips and.
I thought it was
having a
kind of
conversation.
charming how he was concerned about everybody else's well-being. Like, you know, I don't want to put it down there. I could mess up that airport or hit the building or something. How about I just put this down in the water? It sounded like
Yeah.
he was concerned
Well-
for everybody else.
Or when he went far enough away that he thought it wouldn't impact other people's flight schedules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, I don't want any
really want you to-
delays, you know?
Yeah, right.
But they had already halted all airspace for like 2 hours. It was a non-issue.
Well, he died.
Yeah,
he crashed into a small
yeah.
island.
But he
Blew
wasn't
that shit
evil.
Straight in.
I guess that's
No.
the thing. Like, he did a bad thing, but he didn't seem like
Chaotic
an evil guy.
good. He was chaotic good. You know, I like.
You brightened
if
our
it-
days up.
Maybe chaotic neutral.
Was he
you know?
lawful evil? Right? Did he just have a set of rules that he followed by when he did bad things?
Oh, I think calling him evil would be a stretch. Like he didn't seem to want to harm anyone, unless it's evil to want to.
He stole a
Kill
plane.
yourself.
Like he probably stole
They
a
had plenty.
$20 million plane, I guess, something like
They
that.
had plenty of planes.
Yeah,
Oh.
but still, like that, the entire situation, you step back, is super weird because, to be completely honest, that if it was not some random white guy mechanic, like this would be such an incredible story. I don't think I've seen it in the news cycle since the day it happened. Right, like the beefed up security protocol for making sure that this is not even a possibility, all that stuff. Versus, you know, it's like, oh, it was just some crazy guy who crashed into the
Oh,
island.
dude, I don't think it has anything to do with him being white. Anybody who's making funny quips up there like this, people are gonna like. Like they'll be drawn
Yeah.
to him and endeared.
I'm
by
not. No, I'm saying like
Imagine it was
like
Carl
prior
from
to all
Family
that,
Matters.
it's just the whole being able to even get the plane in the air thing.
One
like
of the
they were
challenges.
He was a nobody though, right? Like
was a
like,
mechanic.
He was a,
I
he
don't
was-
know.
But so one of the things that I take when I worked in IT, security was always a double-edged sword. Like you could secure, lock it down to the point where nothing could possibly happen, but people could barely do their jobs.
Yeah.
I take that same thing and apply it to this aircraft mechanic. You know, if you were to secure it to the point where a mechanic didn't have access to planes, then they could barely do their jobs. I bet they're
you're
just
right,
like, what are you
you're
going to do? You know?
Yeah, and also this is probably I thought it was funny because as soon as it came out, like, oh, he totally crashed the plane, I saw all of Twitter light up with the quote tweet with Trump saying like, today, great year in aviation, no known casualties from whatever, and it's like, well, that was short lived. Like,
got one.
got one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked all the pictures of like all the images people made of like his coming off the loop, and it's like motivational things and all just like the see you later space cowboy.
You see the Facebook photo memes, right? Like people found his Facebook and started putting like him and his a girl or a girlfriend, I don't know the relation, just throwing them into like Hallmark cards, like Sword of the Skies Icarus and stuff like that. What a great way for a terrible thing to happen. What a wonderful
He was
situation.
charming in his death and
He kept
potential
talking about the
murder.
Olympics, right? He kept talking about
Did he?
flying over to look at the Olympics, and I was a little confused by that. So I did a little. Turns out the Special Olympics are being held up there. I was really hoping that that maybe he was going to fly over there, try to get a better look, and they were either going to shoot him down, or he was going to like 9/11 that thing into the Special Olympics.
That would be horrible.
Well, of course it'd be horrible.
Yeah.
But it'd be a spectacle.
It would be a spectacle.
What is the protocol for shooting down planes? Like, in general, because they had the fighter out there, right?
Mhm.
So they know he's the only one on board. If you have to pull the trigger, like the plane's going to crash somewhere. So you have to make sure it's not on a trajectory. Or I don't even know, like, what if you shoot it down and it hangs a right into a city? Like, who gives the authority to pull the trigger?
Both
Is
Bush
it's
and
not the
Cheney did
president?
it in 9/11. But I would think you could authorize it lower than that.
I don't think it's a presidential authorization, but I also
Probably a
don't know
protocol.
enough.
There's
Yeah.
probably a set of protocol that once those have been, met, they're free to shoot the thing down.
Man,
The
I kind of
pilot
wish
was
it
in
would
the
have
air
gone down
was
like
a-
that.
The pilot that was in the air was a captain, which I don't know much about that stuff, but it just kind of seemed to me like maybe they put someone up there who had sort of the authority to make a decision.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that would have been a little more interesting.
If they
If they shot him down.
Yeah, because like that, have we ever shot down somebody over our own airspace?
Funny you should mention that.
We did a thing 2 weeks ago, maybe, where we each picked a conspiracy theory, and mine was that the plane in Pennsylvania was shot down.
And Woody
instead
made a
of- instead of-
PowerPoint presentation,
I
and it was
did.
very compelling.
I'm not on either side of that. Like the story isn't the story like, oh, they fought back and then they crashed the plane because nobody knew how to fly, whatever it is, right?
Something
But
like
you're
that.
saying that they scrambled jets and they shot it down.
They
Well,
definitely,
Tucker, that's the official story.
they definitely scrambled jets, and there are jets in the
Shit,
area. That
we
much
can't sound like
isn't
Alex.
under question. Really, the only question is, did they fire or not?
I'd be super inclined to believe they did. I've not seen any evidence on either side, but I like the feel good story. That one's kind of nice. I think
I've never seen any evidence they didn't shoot it.
Oh,
Yes. They
but
didn't.
I have seen evidence the frogs are gay.
I didn't see any intact planes, implying no shooting. That's
Yeah.
that would prove it.
If you saw the PowerPoint, you'd be convinced.
Send it to me in PDF form. I'll check it out later.
Yeah, we bought it.
Yeah, that's a good segment. A little.
It is. We'll have to do it
conspiracy
again.
theory.
It's fun. Trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like there was this guy on the whitewater rafting trip we went on, and he was probably 6'6", 6'7", and every bit of 500 pounds.
Oh, no.
Like
What
like,
sport?
It was a whitewater rafting trip. He was in another boat. Thank God. I remember we were like in
It
that
was
little waiting
him,
area.
And then
It was
the rest
him and
of the
his
whole
group.
cohort.
Yeah.
It was a whitewater raft, but he treated it like a kayak.
Yeah, he was playing anchor, and like literally, like I saw him and I was like, please do not have that guy be in our raft. Like he's so big, like it's like
It turns out
if he were any larger,
Jeep Wrangler.
yeah, like if he were any larger, I imagine they would have been like, you can't go on this. But thankfully, he wasn't in ours, and like the instructor who was in our little boat was like tying the things onto us, and like he was like, yeah, some people, like real big people, you can't get the life jacket on them right because they're pear-shaped, and so you tighten it on the lower pear part, and then they get in the water and it shoots up because it doesn't get there. And I'm like, and he's like clearly like frustrated at someone in another boat. No one in our boat is that
Yeah.
body type. Like we all can wear, we're very fit. We can wear life
You're all shaped
preservers
enough like
effectively.
you're all shaped enough like a human being that the
Yes.
human being size stuff fits you.
Yes, and so we're all
There's
good.
a mutant in the other boat, though, right?
This guy is enormous in the other boat, and we are in, I guess, our like teacher, because there's a guide in every raft. Like our guide was like the grand poobah, the main in charge guy, and so as they're all going, he's like, we're on the cleanup crew. So in case anybody gets stuck on a rock or a rapid or something, we can go over there and I can help them out and we'll guide them out of that. And this big fat guy fell out of the boat maybe 100 yards into this trip. Like we were still in the back. We had not gone yet. Our guy was like, all right, Stevie Joe, you're up next. Go ahead. And then he would go. And then the guy like right in front of us went. And he's even like commentating for us. He's like, we're going to hold back a little bit. It looks like they're struggling, getting congested up there a little. Oh, and he was like talking like to his guides. He's like, oh, Big Jim. Oh, Big Jim, get him over that rock. Get him over. Don't you stick up on that. Oh, Jesus. And then and he's like, oh, they're not going over that one. Oh, no. And then the guy fell out, and he falling out almost feels like not dramatic enough. Like he barreled into the water from the boat.
Clear.
It's like when you watch like a skyscraper or something huge fall in slow motion. You're like, oh, there you go.
Like when they drop a rock from the top of the dam and you see the giant splash.
Exactly. He falls out, and immediately they had just gone over the safety thing of like, all right, if somebody falls out in the rapids, you turn them towards the boat, and then you like grab onto their thing and you like just lean back into the boat and pull them.
Yeah.
And this boat in front of us has this big fat guy like back to the boat in the water, and they're like trying to pull him up, but he's too fat and his back is arching and they can't get him back out of the water.
He's wet now.
So two other boats, and they're like, we're like trying to catch up at this point, but like two other boats, like almost like the National Guard or the Coast Guard come around him, and they like all help get this guy back in. But like the rest of the trip, we had to remain like 300-400 yards back behind this specific boat.
Wow.
Because this guy at any point could cause
Was he
problems.
alone? Was he alone?
No.
Or did he have like friends?
It was him and 3 other people and the guide in there.
See, that sucks, because if he's by himself, then we can yell, but I don't want to start a whole like fight with a group of people. I could, I could mock the fat man and then keep my distance, but I don't want to like get beat up.
I mean,
this.
if we wanted to lose him, we could have lost him. We could have blown right by him. But
I just I feel like they're ruining your trip is like my thought process. It's like if we have to slow down and wait for him.
It was one of those things where like when I saw him fall out, like I felt I got that feeling of like, oh no, like come on, guy, like please, like I was like embarrassed for him because he's
like
in
the
water
amusement park when they make the person get out of line.
Oh, like this is what I was fearing, and now I'm too heavy to get back in the boat. And really, like, I wasn't annoyed at all. It's funny looking back, but my real thought was like just a lot of empathy, like oh, this poor big fat guy, like this was probably his fear today, and now he's going through it.
He brought that on himself. Oh, I was going to ask if you'd ever seen anybody like who was too fat to go on a roller coaster or something and get removed.
Yes. I mean, not get removed, but I mean, we've I think on several occasions, like there's been people that have made the situation around them uncomfortable because of their sheer size. And like, usually it comes, for example, I live in downtown LA, and the one of 2 grocery stores, there's a Whole Foods, very nice, very clean. There is a Ralph's, not nice nor clean, very much the only other grocery store. And so the creatures that you see enter and exit that are like, it's like Oblivion characters on randomizer. Like that. It's like, you're like, all right, I didn't know they made them like that. But the way that they have it to like discourage being able to get out of there without your cart is that they have like a gate. It's like a turnstile gate. And I've seen on several occasions people that are like, I think they should get the benefit of the doubt, because it can definitely fit a 300-pound person if they're proportioned like 5'8". They're just wide. But anything more than that, and we're talking like especially people who have like a bag, many get stuck, and because they get stuck, they can't push the turnstile down, so then it bounces back, and they're in that awkward position where they just feel like so they yell. They're like, ah! It's like a creature being caught in a gate, and you're like, this creature gotta come over and like shake it and stuff. You're just like, damn, all right. But yeah, I'm trying to think.
Damn, I should go to Whole Foods.
Like, what am I gonna do? And it's the only way in and out.
There with a can of grease.
Yeah, I mean,
grease me.
There's people that use the. I flew into New York LaGuardia Airport over the weekend for my cousin's wedding, and they have complimentary carts like for the elderly and fat people who don't want to walk the very large airport. And so they do have these super uncomfortable looking plastic. They almost look designed like the benches outside of like libraries to like be uncomfortable for homeless not to sleep there.
Yeah.
And
like
so,
those
so I saw
light benches.
Yeah, but I saw so many just, like very, very morbidly overweight people overflowing on this very see-through plastic thing. And it's just like, at what point are you making a conscious decision? Like, I know it looks awful. Like, I know it is just completely, not made for me. This is for people who have who like physically can't get anywhere. And it's just like, no, they get out. They'll like get out and walk too when they realize they can't fit in it. It's like, okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've told the story before, but I saw a lady who would not fit in, I think, Superman the ride at Six Flags Over Georgia. I think it was Superman. It was like a stand-up coaster. You sit on the bike seat thing, and the top thing, the clamshell clamps down, and it wouldn't clamp down on her. And they were just like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, it's not going to happen." And she had to she was in the front, like the very front car, and I was one behind her, and they got her ass out, and she left. It was,
and she was in the front. It's a longer line to get to the front too.
Yeah,
you have to wait a little bit extra longer. I don't know if she had the fast pass. I always get that thing.
So,
dude, the fact that you think that the amount of alcohol you drink is impactful on your testosterone level, it's ridiculous.
The only thing
it is truly.
See, Woody.
No, shut the fuck up. It is truly the water you drink from your own tap that ruins you. Do you know that? Do you know that it ruins you?
Vodka is the only thing that keeps
Woody,
me sane.
Woody, if you were gonna go get your testosterone checked tomorrow,
I did it already.
Because I know you did.
Just the fact that he knows he's getting his testosterone checked and he's hesitant to drink any of our labeled bone broth is upsettable to me. I'm trying to run a business.
He claims that he knows.
Oh, I care, and I
do. He does not care
the entire way. Kyle right now is leaning his head back because he knows he's about to have to take a big drink of something really alcoholic in order to recognize this bias.
A real man leans back, sips his Fiji
and now
water.
He's taking water. I don't appreciate that.
A real man drinks his Fiji water before he takes his shot.
I love Kyle drinking what he needs to drink. Kyle, why are you going to do it?
Ionized. Alcoholic.
This is the drunkest I've been since.
Kyle, I'm hearing you explain how you're being a right now. And that's fine. That's A-okay.
I'm sorry.
That's A-okay. Hey, if you want to be a on the internet, that's fine. But you're going to drink that alcohol if you need to drink it.
I feel like
I'm not discriminating.
I'm not convinced.
You know my nightmare? My nightmare?
Jeez, shit.
What's your nightmare?
My nightmare is having to explain to a full journalistic panel on why I sat here on this panel and had to allow this derogatory terms. I so at
I forgot faggot was bad.
4 hours into your aggressive drinking episode, Woody said the F word. How did you experience that? And I was like, negatively. You didn't react negatively. You laughed.
Wait,
yeah,
you mean
really
Woody
drunk.
said and we didn't all address it?
You're right. And I said I was drunk. And it's just rough, man. I'm just trying to be PC.
One. That's 4 hours. Man, so sorry. Oh, they're all drinking.
Anyway.
Last episode, Tucker, we ended the episode. Last episode with Tucker, we ended the episode and Tucker stepped away. And he didn't know the episode was ended, but it was cut,
we weren't recording anymore.
It was such an alarming thing, though.
Tucker steps back, and I'm like, "So Tucker, you hate the right?" And he was like, "Oh,
that was
well,
funny.
I don't want to say that."
He was like,
"Wait, did we stop recording?"
No, we're still recording.
We've been done recording for a while.
That's not even true. I'm recording right now.
Are you serious, Woody?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Are we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Well, then those things I said earlier were a joke.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Brother, I don't know if we have talked. This is the first time that I've gotten to talk to you face to face, like semi personally.
Same,
Because you know, we grew up doing the same shit, and I swear, like, I don't know how I've avoided you for this. So it's good to meet you
for the past 10 years. Yeah.
Literally, like, it makes no sense. You and like oh shit, what was the camping guy? That guy who there's
that
another
guy who
person.
camps.
That guy who camps, yeah. Like,
what the fuck happened to that guy?
He
Is
just
he
came
right?
back. He just came back.
No
Like
way.
literally like a week ago. Yeah. Mhm.
On YouTube or Twitter?
Mhm.
This is
Yep.
incredible. It's like a resurgence of all the wait, and somebody DM'd me on Instagram who Joe Handsome.
I'm
who's
not
like
familiar
a
with him.
montage editor, I think he was.
Hmm.
Yeah, wild stuff, man.
That
Anyways.
guy who camps took like
No,
what,
Jimmy.
8 years off of YouTube, and he had 330,000 subs 8 years
Yeah.
ago. He could have been
He was the big boy.
enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Are we gonna watch part 2? Should we save part 2? I don't know why I said we. It's not my show. I was gonna say,
I'll watch it. We saw your
to
clip
the end.
already. Blametruth. Very nice. Very
Thank you.
Yes.
very kind.
Do you guys have the? Oh, he just linked it.
Yes. I hope that this is the one. I guess Shoe Nice is going to be really mean to us.
Oh god, I hope everybody's
It has to be in here.
shitting on. No, they said somebody worse than Shoe Nice or
Oh, maybe it was Junkyard.
Oh,
It could have been
maybe.
a Junkyard reference.
yeah, Junkyard.
Yeah, he said it was
oh,
Junkyard. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Junkyard. Yeah, that is funny that Junkyard said it, and he just called Kyle a piece of shit.
Oh, I don't blame him a bit. I thought,
Time to
I
get
thought
in
he was
line.
easy on me.
You really fucked with that guy a lot, and at the time, it was very funny.
I didn't fuck with him a lot. I just fucked with him that one time. I made
That one time accounts for a lot.
It does count for a lot. It does count for a lot, you know. And I just thought it was funny because, you know, nobody liked him. None of us like.
I liked
creators or
him.
whatever.
I thought he was
Did you?
okay. I mean, he was
thought-
nice. He's a nice.
You know
guy.
what? But you were also Machinima royalty. I think that some of us were coming from a place of jealousy where everything he did got uploaded. He had these pristine, like prime selection criteria. Kyle?
It wasn't jealousy. It
I
was
was
just
jealous.
this is wrong. Like what's happening is wrong. And I wasn't necessarily being wronged by him. I didn't feel like, I mean, a little bit, like
Me
his stuff was
neither.
going up when mine could have gone up for sure. All of us. And it was just like, this is a guy who is being shown a ton of favoritism and he doesn't deserve a scrap of it. You know, this is a guy who probably made good machinimas. But now he's trying to play our sport because it's the more popular one, you know, and he's no good at our sport. And yet he's still getting the preferential treatment that he earned making
Yeah.
machinimas.
Like he got grandfathered in unfair.
He's being
That's all
grandfathered
accurate,
in, and to the degradation of the main machinima channel to all of us. Because if you're if you're a new subscriber out there, you're a bit of currency. You know, you're a guy who likes video games, and now you find out there's a YouTube scene for it, and you're like, "What's the biggest deal in YouTube game?" And they're like machinima, and you go over to machinima, you're like, "All right, let me see what the premiere director, who's on the front page of this thing."
I remember.
And
Do you remember
see
you had to
Junkyard.
apply? You had to apply myself, Dr. Disrespect, fucking like I'm pretty sure Woody did too. Like everyone, apply. You had to make a video application. Be like, this is why I deserve to be a premiere director.
That was the
I didn't
first
have to
FPS
apply.
Russia video.
I didn't have to
Oh my-
apply. I just got it.
You were
They
just
just gave
a
it.
legend, yeah.
I remember getting that email shot out to all of us, and my thought was like, I'm not even going to make a video. What
I
is
think I might have made a
what is the
video.
fucking point?
It was never important to me for two reasons. One,
Ken
I
Burton.
didn't
Oh
give
my
them
Ken
very
Burton.
much content, so everything I gave them went up immediately. Like I know Wings had a lot of like videos that he was wishing would get chosen. I gave him like a video every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so it would go right to the front of the line because there was no backlog.
There's a mute button, Kyle.
I don't have one.
And
I think a lot of the reason my videos didn't get picked is like someone would have in there like 102 and 2 domination, and mine would be like domination. I go 30 and 11, but I tell a funny story about a retarded guy I saw at the grocery store.
Taylor, you're not wrong. Bro,
I might
you
have been
remember
wrong
I had
about this, but I never wanted to be on that channel that badly. So I didn't give him that much content. I was always investing in my own channel.
It was great for
And
growth.
how'd that
That
work?
was that was always
Right? I hear
that was
you.
the biggest
Clearly
investment
great.
you could. The biggest investment you can make it was to give your video to them, because first of all you got a $2.50 CPM at a time when we didn't make any money on our own channels. Maybe that wasn't a big deal for some people. It really wasn't a big deal for me because it came
It's
to
a big
I think
deal
I
to me
made like
now.
I made like $4,000 from them ever, like something like that.
Total?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Huh.
Off
I
of
mean,
the
that's
machine.
millions of views.
100%. Yeah.
No, I was
Yeah.
thinking it would have been more than that. Is what I was saying.
No,
well,
it's like 2 million
I only
views.
sent them like 5 videos ever. You know,
They were
pretty
the
good.
type of content that you guys were producing was not meant for that channel. Like I remember that because you're right, like the 111 and 3 Fear Crad video that they uploaded would do incredible, and then I was like, I killed myself 155 times with a rocket launcher for over 10 minutes, like that, you know. But it was the only way to get, because they were one of the first partner channels, so it was the only way to actually earn income prior to their partnership, whatever the fuck. So I just remember sending them like drop boxes to Shore Wars and being like, please just take one or like 8,
man.
you know.
Take
what
old
is what
school.
is
Yeah,
Shore
old
Wars
school.
up to? What is that guy up to?
He still follows me on Twitter. I don't know.
Is he
I
even
can-
in the industry
way.
anymore?
Yeah, hit him up. I
Yeah,
just want to
yeah.
know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Or JD 2020. That's
So
another-
so yeah, the
Oh,
reason
wait, no. Listen, I have a JD 2020 video, or I'm sorry, a story, and I think it's probably worth it. It's very
Hit us with it.
recent.
I want to hear
So-
it. I
I
want
want
to
to
hear it.
hear it.
All right, so I went. I'm obviously in the music industry. Have a lot of friends. One of my friends works with Notch and manages a bunch of like music acts, etc. So at one point, I guess it was like 6 months ago, I got a text message and it was like, "Hey, what are you doing 2 weeks from now?" I was like, "Well, nothing much. It's like a Thursday." He's like, "All right, well, if you want to keep your Thursday night open, I've got box seat tickets to Tool." And I was like, "Yeah, of course, I would love to see Tool live in concert in LA. One of their dates. Love Tool." So I end up meeting up with this group of people. It's myself and like 9 other people, and we go to the Staples Center together, and it's incredible. Tool's amazing. Vince, I'm not gonna say his last name, Zappella, the guy who runs Respawn Entertainment that did like Titanfall and also like COD 4, etc. And then like Notch, Minecraft, and then a bunch of other people. And there's this one dude who I kept looking at, and I was like, I swear to, like when I got introduced to him, and I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you." And in the back of my head, I was like, "Man, I know this guy. I swear, like I really do know this guy." And we had that awkward like encounter where you both think you know the person, but you've never met before. So you spend the entire night together, dinner, like the whole concert, everything. Super nice guy. And we're leaving, and I'm getting in my Uber, and I'm like, we're all very drunk, and I'm just like, "All right, guys, well, it's good to see you. Goodbye, Vince." And I forgot your name. He's like, "Oh, I'm Robert." I was like, "Robert what?" And he goes, "Robert Bowling." And I'm like, that's the fucking stealth clown. The entire night with the stealth clown. Yeah, like super nice guy. And we've hung out a couple times since, but like he doesn't look the same way he used to. He's not as stealthy of a clown.
Speaking of old timey people,
Are you
probably all
saying he's
forgot
twice the man he used to be? Is that what you're getting at?
I think he is filled into his position of whatever he does, and he is no longer a Modern Warfare 2 like
Community
no life
manager?
guy.
Yeah.
Can he fit in a rowboat? Can he fit in a rowboat? That's the question.
Could we go paddle boating together?
Robert Bowling could beat the shit out of me in real life if we got into a ring. It's the only way I could explain it.
Dude, another mystery. Remember the mystery of Kimmy J?
Kimmy J. God.
He came on the show a few times.
I don't know that. What is that?
He's a
Kimmy
Brooklyn guy
J,
from
break
Brooklyn.
all the news.
Yeah, he was like
Yeah, I
a
know a little bit.
Vietnamese. He was a Vietnamese.
It was just a guy doing an accent. Just being
Yeah,
like,
but
Kimmy
he
J,
was from,
break
like-
all the news. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah. I remember now.
He popped up. It was
Yeah.
like right around when Kyle
always-
started trailblazing for everybody.
Number
doing,
one
like,
commentary Vietnam. They were going to play Stew again on. Yeah, that was funny shit.
Yeah, he was.
Probably didn't age very well into the PC era.
No.
You're going to do a silly amount of edibles and then take a plane early tomorrow?
Yes.
Speaking of which, let's have a few more bites of those edibles.
Oh yeah.
Of those tasty lawn clippings.
Oh
Man.
For yourself. How many are you in now? You've had one?
I've had 2. There are 4 remaining.
Okay, let's slow it down a bit.
That was a solid
the
bite,
case.
though.
I mean, it's.
I
this
think
is
that was
great.
mostly frosting.
I'm front.
That's
I'm
the good
front.
part.
Yeah.
Was that Duggar?
No, I was gonna just say I'm like front and center to watching like a live performance of like all of the YouTube videos I used to watch when I was in college, called like by like Custom Grow 420, who'd like literally his content was, I'm gonna smoke a gram of dab in one breath, or like whatever, and then it'd be a 20-minute video, 1 minute of doing that, and the next 19 like struggling to survive. You're just like, yeah.
They were all the same. I remember watching some of those too, where it'd be like, I'm gonna take a 1.5 gram dab, and then it would just be them doing it, coughing a lot, and going like, oh, it was too much. It was
I want to thank my followers.
Remember to
right?
subscribe.
Didn't seem like they had an excess, and they didn't like if they were to take whatever it is, 1/10 of that amount, they get the full effect of it.
Yes,
but it was
there is
like
diminishing returns
spilling out
weed.
over the sides. They're doing it carelessly. They're burning a gram, but they're only consuming like 75% of it. Am I wrong? Did you see it
you're
like
correct.
That too?
It's literally, it's a very inefficient way to do that. It'd be like saying, like, if you wanted to get super high, don't smoke a joint, like pack it into a vaporizer and get every last drip of THC out of there.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but it looked like they were intentionally not getting it all. Like, I'm going to drink an entire beer and then I'm spilling it fucking everywhere.
But it's different because the beer doesn't go, you can drink an entire beer over the course of 10 minutes, but you can't smoke a bong after, like, the smoke goes stale and then you're just dying and it's not good and it doesn't work.
I just felt like it wasn't a bong, it was a dab rig. And
yeah,
if people don't know anything about this, is a little oil. It's like earwax almost. You put a hot, they call it a nail.
You use a blowtorch.
Oh wait, don't you put a nail in it and then it makes it?
You light up the
the blowtorch on
the bowl, and then you use the nail to dip the wax or the concentrate, and then you go around the very hot nail, and then it vaporizes.
Okay, and then this vaporize comes out, and you breathe it, and it's very, very potent.
Yes.
Anyway, when I watched the guys do it, it seemed like they let a ton go to waste intentionally, like someone who was trying not to drink their drink would.
Regardless, they all ended up miserable,
Ruined.
and none of them enjoyed that time. Like when they're drooling and snot's coming from their nose, and they're just like red in the face. I'm like, nice, bro.
Strain Central had some hard times after that content period. Like he went like cold turkey on it, and then he got into alcoholism, went to rehab twice. Like it's not too much different than like Only Use Me Blade's business model, where he's drinking on stream. Alcohol's
Do we
worse,
call it a
but-
business model?
Yeah, I think we can.
I mean, MLMs can do it. Why can't we?
Like, hey, everyone, every time you donate, I will self-harm.
Oh my God.
And you just need to find 5 other people to chug a beer, and each of them find 5 other people to chug a beer.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Sorry, so you guys got me thinking about this. There's another channel that I used to watch by this guy called DeBong Lord. He was just a dude with a black ski mask, but the thing that he would do is he'd smoke out of random objects, but he would either eat or swallow the disgusting fucking bong liquid afterwards, no matter what. So like, anyways, Tosh.0, I guess, did a interview profile with him a year ago, but he hasn't uploaded in 6 years. And like, here's some of the, I don't know, here's like, I'll just link one and you guys can make the decision. They're short videos, but like, just some of the things where you're just like, but I used to watch them all like back in college.
Oh, this is disgusting.
This one's like 2 minutes long, but
this doesn't make weed look fun at all.
It's not. This is not fun. This is absurdly nasty.
He's punishing himself, and he's smoking out of a Gatorade bottle that he like melted with a lighter and then pushed the down stem into.
Yeah,
just buy some glass, man. That's
disgusting. Does this man look like the type of guy that can afford one of those beer helmets that is made custom for his glassware?
Probably not. No, this guy doesn't. It looks like he spent his last money on the weed he's using in every video. Man, old YouTube was kind of more fun with this kind of stuff, where it was like just retarded nonsense instead of like going for monetization and all that. It was just stupid shit. Which, like, if it immediately reverted back to this stupid shit, I would instantly regret it and be like, this is all retarded nonsense. Where's the high quality good stuff?
Yes.
It's I really agree with you that it's not necessarily the type of content. It was how, like, the thought check process that needed to go between somebody sharing the content that they had recorded was about as simple as, can I upload this efficiently? And didn't really go through there was no pretense or idea that like should I frame this in a way that if it gets big, I look beneficial, or I like, is this going to be detrimental if it pops off, or do I want to have
people are thinking things like, maybe we should think things like that, guys.
I mean, you already do, whether you think you do or not. It's just like, I mean, there's thought that goes into the show and everything versus like if you guys just sat down and decided to eat 1,000 milligrams of weed, right? Like Kyle's doing without any thought behind why you should do it. It's a different type of content. It's spontaneous and not as thought through.
I had another question for you. Changing topics. I heard you had some issues with your vehicle being vandalized.
God damn. Did I tell you guys about the last 4 times it got vandalized?
If you did, I
might have. Yeah. All right. So let me try and go through a history of my vehicle, because let me start back. When I moved out to North Carolina or to LA, I bought my dad's car for like $600. It was a 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix, 295,000 miles on it. Like, it whined. It was my beater, but that was the car that I had. I was like a little YouTube guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, like once things started to pick up, and I totaled the car by ripping off the passenger. My girlfriend at the time was backing up the car, ripped off the passenger mirror, and I took it in. They're like, "Well, it's totaled." The car's and I was like,
"That
well,
mirror was the last straw."
Yeah. I was like, "Just put it back on." He's like, "No." So I was like, okay, fine. I got a Mercedes, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. Have like not only
which Mercedes?
A C43 AMG. So I definitely did talk about that car last, because I remember your words.
Picture. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
So I was like, this car is it's incredible, and I'm leasing it. So I moved back to LA after a stint in Portland, and I live in Hollywood off of a very busy street. I mean, a ton of foot traffic and shit. And one day I go out of my car and I drive it, and it's like making a bump sound, and it's physically shaking. So I pull over to the side. I'm like, something's wrong. I look around. I don't see anything wrong with the car. Like, the wheels are all fine. So I call, get a tow truck. They bring it into the shop. The shop has my car for 4 days. They're like, we don't know what's wrong with it. We can't replicate the problem. But when we drive at slow speeds, we notice it. And then eventually they find out, because the way that my rims are, the lug nuts are tucked in deep into the rim. They were like, oh, all of your lug nuts are gone. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, except for the one that uses a key to take off. All of them are gone. Yeah. And I was like, so somebody tried to steal and brick my car in my carport. So I'm parked on the street, or in my carport that has street access.
Can you explain bricking your car? Is that like when they
put your car on bricks? Yeah, so they take the wheels off.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And so they were driving around on like one lug nut. That thing gets sheared off, and then like that person's dead.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was scared. I was like, somebody's trying to kill me. But then, but they're like, no, like they just didn't have the right Mercedes tool. So I was like, fine. Like a couple months later, I come out, and the AMG badge off my car has been ripped off. And I was like, okay, that's just fucking stupid. Like, the fact that somebody would take the badge off the back of your car and probably put it on their car is just like, I thought that only happened in movies. But they also had taken off the registration on the or the whatever, like the February sticker on my license plate too.
Fuck.
I know. And I was like, well, that's like $150 sticker right there. And I got to go to the DMV. So I'm like, fine, I can't get this back. I don't even know where to start. File a police report about the 2 incidences. And then my neighbor upstairs calls me, and he's like, hey, man, I think I found your AMG badge. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, it's on the back of the car parked directly outside your driveway. Go check it out. I walk out. There's a Mercedes out there with a janky AMG badge on the side. And I immediately know, because I love cars, that's not an AMG. It's not a G50, which it also had the badging of. And it had the wrong type of Mercedes emblem. Everything was fucked about this car. And it also had my damn sticker. So I call the cops. I get them over there. They're like, well, we can't do anything about this. Do you know what the guy looks like? I was like, no, but that's his car. That's my sticker. And that's like, well, we can't match your sticker to your car because it's just like a registration thing. We can't match the AMG badge to your car. We don't have any suspect outside of somebody could have put this on there. I'm like, you guys are being dicks, but I get it. So then the guy's like, all right, well, we've ran this car 5 times. It shows up, but nothing came back with it. And my smart ass goes, have you checked the VIN yet? And he was like, Nope. Walks over to the VIN and he starts laughing. He's like, the guy scratched off all but the last 4 digits of the VIN number, ran the last 4 against the license plate, comes back stolen. They repo the car. I still don't have my badge back. That's the last 6 months.
Should be like, hang on a minute before you take it.
Yeah, I wanted to. It's like, it's evidence. So now I'm like, well, okay, all of these things have happened in broad daylight or something. I'm pissed off. I come back from Coachella and park my car, wake up the next morning, and my window is bashed. This was like 2 months later. And I was like, God damn it, I can't catch a break. They had stolen. The only thing in my backseat was a leather like box, which they probably saw and were like, that's something expensive. And they weren't wrong. It was my friend's hair dryer, very expensive hair dryer. But somebody saw it was like, there's some nice stuff in there. Now it was just a nice hair dryer. So then now, you know, I'm walking back from the store. I'm hungover. It was like the day after football, and I have a beer or a 6-pack of beer and a can of salsa because I just walked to like the 7-Eleven down the street, and I walk past my car and I see it like somebody had drawn on it, and I just put it down and just stared at it because I was trying to figure out. I wasn't even like mad. I was just trying to figure out what the fuck somebody had written on it. They had written, "Come in my food, live TV, Beyonce died, come in my food," or something like that.
How do you spell "come" in this scenario?
All right.
C-U-M.
Okay.
You're dealing with a madman, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, why don't you have cameras?
All right, so I love this thing. Kyle, there are 3 million people in Los Angeles. All right.
Okay.
What is a photo of somebody going to do for me?
Well,
what if the camera was very public? And you know, like
right. But all right, I will get to that in a second.
Okay.
So somebody wrote "come on my food" in permanent marker on there, and I was just like, well, I guess I'm taking this into the shop. Not before I bitch about it. My next door neighbor offered to help me with it, but I was just like, it's a lease. I don't want to fuck up the paint job.
Can I interrupt? I got a little lost on the coming on the food. He wrote this somewhere
on the car,
on the back of my car. Do you have a photo of it
with a key? I don't. With a key or something like?
I'll give you with permanent marker,
like a Sharpie. He wrote "come in my food."
Here, I'm going to. Here is a photo that I will post in the Discord.
Well, this guy's just a super fan, Tucker. Why don't you just satisfy his request?
That's what I was worried about.
Oh my God, this is not that cool.
First of all, your car's lovely.
Thank you.
Car.
But yeah, just like look at the handwriting, everything. So here's the thing. One, as soon as I saw it, I realized that it was probably somebody who is probably like a tweaker or something. Like nobody writes like that's just none of this makes sense. Then my neighbor, who was parked on the street, also had "come in my food, Jay-Z dead, Beyonce did it, come in my food" on the hood of their Volkswagen. So at that point, I was like, some fucking homeless guy was just like on one and just was marking all these cars. So yeah, I have since taped glued or whatever a fake camera above my carport.
Okay.
But it's not going to stop this guy. Like this guy is going to do this no matter what.
Touche, yeah.
Here's why I think the camera is a good idea. First of all, they're very cheap, and you know, when someone my house is full of cameras. The outside of my house is full of cameras, and like if one of them gets tripped by motion sensing, I get a notification. It's like, hey,
Kyle,
movement on the south lawn.
Kyle,
and
I live on a very, very busy street. My car is on the street. I'm sticking with you.
You can turn that off. You can turn the notification off. It's got night vision and the whole thing. You can watch live from anywhere, any of your cameras, all the time. But if you recorded this maniac writing "come in my food" on your car, I'm not saying that the LAPD is gonna like beat the streets and look for this guy. But you're a content creator, and this is content.
Yeah, you're right. I could have gotten more content out of it. I could have monetized that Twitter video. Yeah, you're right. There was some money to be had there.
Yeah, enough money to certainly.
All right, so
Kyle's thinking. He's out thinking all of us here, Tucker.
Yeah. The silver lining was that I took this into the dealership, and the guys were cracking up. Like they knew immediately they could remove it without any problem. But
the cum bandit.
Yeah.
the guy's just like, he was like, you drove this here, huh? And I was like, well, I just got out of the car in front of you. And he goes, you drove here with cum in my food on the back of your car. I was like, can you guys fix it? And he goes, yeah, we'll do it for free. Just give us 15 minutes.
Get out.
Yeah, so they went. So what they did was they used, I think, paint thinner. They just put a little on a cloth and then they wiped it off. And since it's got it's a newer car and it's got a clear coat, they just wiped it off, wiped it with water, and they're like, there you go. No mark on it. So I was just like, now this is just an obnoxiously funny story.
Did they?
The end of the world.
I got a little lost in the telling of this is the only damage on this time around.
On this particular one, yeah.
Yeah. That sucks. I went to high school with a guy. That Mercedes circle thing.
Yeah.
He it might have been Volkswagen. Anyway, he popped it out of the grill and wore it as a necklace every day for like 2 years. And I didn't think much of it other than it was like a really
cool guy.
It looked like a really lame necklace. I don't know what he was going for. His whole identity revolved around being a stoner, right? Like he smelled like patchouli and he had this long hair and like everything about him. Like,
are you sure it wasn't a peace sign, Woody?
Yes. No, because I think it was actually a VW one, not a Mercedes one.
Oh, that makes sense.
And anyways, I was nearby him in school when someone dressed him down. They're like, what the fuck is with you and that necklace that you wear? It's like, one, it's ridiculous. Nobody thinks that's cool. Two, you are advertising to all of us that you are a vandal and a thief. That's who you are, and that is what you are. And I was just like dumbass me, and didn't even think about how he got it. I thought he just had bad taste in jewelry. But yeah, that's how he got it. He popped it out of someone's front grill. He had to.
Yeah. I mean, it's, like at this point, I'm just like, what more can happen to this? And also, I guess the first month that I had this car, I got rear-ended by an uninsured driver at a stoplight. So I was like, this car at this point, it's been through hell and back. Like, this is my baby. I'm gonna buy it when my lease is up, and then I'm just gonna like ride it into the ground. It's been through hell.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Probably
have
worth
you ever
like
done that?
$10.
Have you ever first of all, I think it's one of the scummiest things that you can do is to vandalize someone's car, especially, or maybe mostly if it's just a random person or someone who's done nothing to you. There's a difference because maybe someone did this because you're you. But have you ever vandalized someone's car who deserved it?
I've thought about there was one person who I thought about like keying their car, and then I like really got into the mindset of like, how am I going to go about this? And I was like, well, that's not even going to like make it worth. Like, I would want to pop their window. Windows are a pain in the ass. Keying your car sucks, but like you have to pay a lot of money. You can like kind of buff it out. Maybe you break their rear windshield or whatever the fuck it's called. That's a dick move.
I'm on the other end of this because if it's happening to my car, I would much prefer you break one of my windows, break all my windows before you key it or dent it, because you can't buff that. If you go through,
the dent is a problem. If you dent like a quarter panel of the car, you have to replace the whole panel. That's expensive.
No, so you can pop dents out. You can go on there's guys who are pros at this, and they go on the backside with a special tool, and they can push it back out. Keying is the worst thing. If you go all the way through the paint
if you
down to the
score
metal,
it, yeah,
that's the worst thing you could do to my car, because now I have to have it repainted, and that's thousands of dollars. Even if it's just a quarter pound, it's going to be $800 or something.
That's true.
But if you break my window, it's like, let's get some new windows. And
right.
You can call a number and they'll come do that at your house. That's
Please make it a front one. They're always due for replacement anyway.
Please do.
It's always an upgrade, right? Like every time I get this like big spider web of a damage on the front from a rock and then replace it, it's like, I should have done this 2 years ago. This is great.
I couldn't relate to
just
that
getting
more.
A fresh windshield.
Yeah,
you were with me, I think, Woody, when we were out by Memphis, did that special forces thing, and that rock fucking cracked my window.
Mm-hmm.
I got that replaced last year.
But I bet you loved it. I bet I should have done this.
Why didn't I just? Because it's like you call I don't know, Safe Auto Glass,
sure,
or whatever.
Yeah, Safe Light Repair, Safe Light
Replace, and they just show the fuck up. And one man has this like suction cuppy, jacky up thing, and he just knocked it out.
And they do it in your driveway. It's great. Yeah. Like to me, one of the pain in the ass is like taking your car there, and then you don't have a car, so maybe you need to schedule a ride or manage somehow. You're in Uberville, but I'm not. I would need maybe Jackie to help me out. But if they come to my driveway and just handle it, while I'm surfing the
Oh,
web.
That's great.
That's great.
Slashing a tire wouldn't be all that bad either. I mean, it wouldn't be good.
Slashing a tire would be annoying because then you have to get it towed. And I don't trust that wouldn't be that bad. But you're right.
I'm a man, so I would just put the spare on. But I hear you.
I have dainty gamer hands. I've changed 2 flat tires in my life. Both
Really?
went fine. If I could not do that again, I'd prefer to.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I've got the proper impact wrench for it. Like it would be no trouble at all.
Yeah. I'd be ready to go on that one. But the problem would be like, what if your tires have 30,000 miles on them? You can't just buy one brand new tire now. Now you have to get an early tire replacement all the way around. And my tires are expensive.
The Coopers.
Yeah.
They're not.
I'm fucking with you.
I'll never forget that. You can't even afford the Cooper's wings. Get out of here. Coopers.
Callback for the old fans.
Yeah. I've never actually vandalized somebody's car, but I've definitely had that thought process too. Like it reminds me of that Seinfeld episode where George sees the guy parked in the handicap spot. He's like, "I'm gonna spit on it," and Jerry's like, "Yeah, I think you should." He's like, "I will do it." And he like walks right up to it, like leans over to spit, and the owner walks up and he just goes, "Nice car, nice car." And the guy's like, "Yeah, thanks," and just gets in and drives away. But I've never done that. It seems like a cowardly thing to do, even if you do have a good reason to do it.
Yeah, they're not even there to defend. It's any like defacing any property, especially when the person's not there. It's just kind of like, well, what risk did you take to do that?
None at all. I guess that you're just thinking like he's gonna be so mad when he sees this. He's gonna feel what I felt when he cut me off in traffic.
Yeah, I don't get road rage. I just kind of, I don't know. It takes a lot of effort to be mad. I very rarely get actually angry at people who cut me off. It's just like, what are you doing?
Same. Yeah. When I see it, I'm just like, what was that? you
this
dummy.
guy.
Is that your move? Okay. Where would you go if you had an invention? Are there like conventions or something where they're like investors and I imagine an adult science fair where like potential investors would go from like station to station, and he'd be like, "This is my new battery. It does this, that, and the other." And the next guy would be like,
They're like, "Seriously, what do you combine vinegar and baking soda?"
No.
What do you think? You think it's the science fair?
Yes. Well, no. I don't want him to have just created a battery like an acid like battery. I want him to have a new battery thing.
Johnson, get over here. This young man's invented a clock that runs on a potato.
Careful! That child has a volcano at his whim.
This child appears to have made a tornado out of pipe cleaners and
The whole universe located right here on this table. The entire universe.
No, but I feel like you shouldn't have to go on a TV show if you like come up with a new salt shaker or something.
It would be like a trade show, is what you're describing, like some kind of
talking
trade
about
show. But I don't know
Shark
what
Tank,
it would
sorry.
be.
Well, what I was talking about, what I said was that there should be like an adult like science fair where like investors would go, and there'd be like a bunch of like adults who had their inventions and sciencey shit on tables, and they'd go from one to the other, and you know, like I really like.
Is that just like the Nobel Prize?
Well, that's all scenes for nonprofit and shit. I want this is purely for profit. I want to just for one thing, I want to see some cool stuff invented.
I just feel like that. Then it's like a comedy. I feel like it's either CES or Shark Tank is like. Because CES is like, hey, we have the R&D of several small nation states. We've
stuck on the science fair. Kyle's got his sauce all with the dildo. Trust me, it's great.
It's
But
powered by
fun.
40 caliber blanks. Oh, God. If you take a firearm,
it says DeWalt on the side.
No,
I mean that would be good. I would like to see more inventions. We're in an invention drought.
Yeah,
You get
they're implying
what
it's okay
the
now.
goddamn screen. What is wrong with you?
Say that again.
Wiki feet, where you at? Yo, if Chiz comes back and it ruins it, it's Chiz's problem.
Him leaving and coming back.
Better hope not.
Get your fucking feet out the face. What the fuck?
I'm not gonna. Now
Kyle
I'm
has
just
an
because you hate it so much.
incredibly
No. Seriously, you can't show your
dexterous
feet. Kyle, you can't show your feet on stream.
I can absolutely show my feet on.
No, I'm
He's
just
saying
letting
it's a
you know you
Twitch rule.
cannot.
Would you stop?
It's a rule.
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass.
What the fuck?
Bro,
Wait, what if I take my shirt off?
You can take your shirt off.
Then I don't want to.
Okay. Specifically. Look, I'm not going to be the bastion of this is right and this is wrong. I'm just saying that that's a rule. Because feet are hypersexualized.
Not
apparently, in the
Kyle
Twitch
so
community.
much.
Nobody's getting off on what I just
That's
showed.
what you think. That's what you think. Wiki
Hey,
feet.
if you're a lady out there and you want a solid toe fucking,
FPS Kyle. All right.
I can insert the big. I mean, I wish I could demonstrate, but you saw what I was doing there. I could totally get the big boy in there and use number 2 to like operate the clit.
Number 2. Yeah,
Number
Kyle,
2.
if you're being honest with yourself, you bring a nice lady home. She's not ravishing to the point where you're like, oh my god, I have to have her, but she's cute.
Okay.
And she wants you to give her what would the terminology be? A toe fuck?
No, that's not a likely scenario. The likelier scenario is she comes home, you bring her home, and she's like, "Fuck my feet."
Fuck, like
she puts her feet together like this,
and then
she.
Oh no, that's just normal kind of weird. I'm talking about a new kind of weird.
Oh, you're talking about weird.
Where she's she's gonna lay back and Kyle is gonna give her a toe fuck. I think we agreed on the terminology.
Toe
and where
fuck.
you put your big toe in there and you put that in, and then you use your other one, I guess, is like a little, curly clit tickler. Would you actually do that, or would you not? I don't know if you would. Like once you got in the position with your foot up there, and you were.
Look, Taylor, you are sadly mistaken if you don't think I've toe fucked a bitch before.
Wait, have you toe fucked somebody?
I've absolutely toe fucked somebody.
Let's go, champ. You need to explain the story to me right now.
I
want you to slowly work up to the climax and then tell me.
We were in bed, and I was like, I'm gonna stick my toe in her pussy, and I did.
That was not what I
wanted. How many toes did you put in?
I just put the big toe in.
Did she enjoy it, or did she go, never mind, this isn't what I thought?
She thought it was really funny. Like we were laughing about it. I lubed it up first.
So it was like the kind of joke that wasn't like off the cuff. It was like, this is gonna be hilarious. Just watch. Why are you lubing your toe up? Shut up. Shut up. I'm not untying you until we do this.
Well, I think first I started just kind of rubbing her pussy with my foot, and then I was like, I'm going in. I'm going in for the kill here. And I just did. And I did. And she was like, your toes in my pussy. And I was like, hey, it is. Absolutely. Hey, call me Dr. Scholes. Yeah.
Did you? Dr. Scholes.
Yeah, you better hope I don't have athlete's foot. You ever get athlete's pussy? It's rough. You can't just spray that. Fast acting Tinactin will not solve that problem. I promise you. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to someone more than John Madden to get rid of this toe fungus in your pussy. Say, boom! You get rid of the toe fungus, even if it's in your pussy. Oh my god! What the fuck?
I need some medicated insoles on that thing. Put them in your panties like a maxi pad.
I was just gonna say the same joke. You were one step ahead. Nicely done.
God damn it! I can't believe you toe fucked somebody.
I put all kinds of things in pussy.
I can believe you toe fucked somebody. I just didn't really believe it.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Like two consenting adults. The stuff goes in holes. That's what you do. I've told the glow stick story many times. You got some big glow sticks? Let's turn off the lights. Let's have some fun.
Wait, could you see the glow stick through the stomach?
No, it wasn't that bright. That was. I thought
that was like number one. Wait, but what about a mag light?
The wings. The wings.
Stop. Really, we pick on that poor guy too much.
That's just it picking on him. Wings is always talking about utilizing a mag light
as a weapon of destruction. Wings is using a mag light in a
brain
a
somebody
Viking
nuts.
way.
That's also what he calls his
in a
penis.
Viking way.
Yeah, like he would make teeth soup with that mag.
Like Olaf, the Viking warrior. He would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not picking on Wings at all. The only bad thing I've said about Wings is that he takes shits as big as that that tiny woman. But I mean that's just funny.
I think after all
talk
of our
about the
cheese and meat binging, we can all claim a little shit the size of that lady.
Bro, have you taken a shit recently where you've sat there and been like, okay, now we're done, and then a full 2 more shits worth come out of you, and you're like, where is this being stored? I didn't even feel
When
sick
that
myself.
happens, but so I'm trying to lose weight. I'm always working at etc. Sometimes it's like, wow, I should weigh in now. I should weigh in now because that had to be 4 pounds. Right? It had to be.
Like really, like I'm shocked. Like it's like we're doming out of the water. We've crested the water line. Like this is just.
Or like when you take enough of a shit that it's not even submerged anymore. It's more like
what I mean. We've crested the water line. It's over. It's out of. It's breathing fresh air.
Like, oi, there's 10 times as much shit under the water as much as on top.
That's just the tip of the poop berg.
Oh my god! I legit
gross
fuck.
episode. Oh man,
this whole episode is something else, man. This is my favorite episode I've ever been on. This is the best.
Yeah, it's fun doing it live. It's neat.
Have you never put anything unusual in a woman's vagina?
I thought you were going to go with the pee hole there.
I know.
I thought we were
and
going
I was like,
pee
I don't
hole.
do that.
I'm like, there was the tweezers that time.
No, that's a no. That's an exit only.
I put an action figure in somebody's vagina.
What kind? He-Man?
No, it would. I want to.
G.I. Joe.
That was my
no,
guess.
it was
Kung Fu
It was
Grip?
not. No,
Was
it
a
was
Power
like
Ranger?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to say it was an unmasked Power Ranger. Like it had like the full suit but no helmet.
It was unmasked when you took it out.
Was it the Green Ranger?
I don't know, man. I had a crush on the Yellow Ranger.
I have a story. My just the mask coming off reminded me of it. So I'm like 13 years old, and I've got this friend. I'm gonna full out name him Joe Terrazzini, and
doxed. You can't do that on Twitch.
I didn't know that. Anyway, Joe's a great guy. We're good friends as kids, and he got him with some girl. He manages, and by the way, we live at the beach, right? So under the boardwalk, he hooks up with her, and he's like, I went down, I got in there, I pulled out my hand, and all the sand was gone. Like it was a wonderful sand removal. It's like, it went in like a frosted donut and it came out glazed.
Oh my god.
So someone got a urinary tract infection.
And it came out glazed.
He thought it was the greatest
Oh,
thing.
you gave her the old sandy clam.
It burned into my head till the day I die. You're just like, this is a wonderful attribute of a vagina, that it could take sand off of things.
Oh, no, what the fuck is right? She was spitting out pearls.
Like to this day, he's like tuning up his car. He gets done. He's all black and greasy from working on the engine. Come here, honey.
Pussy where he goes over
Gojo. Fast orange my ass. Lava. Oh, I don't think so. Look at that. Can't be. You got her the fingernails. Look
Thanks,
at it. All of it. You're like wiping doing the fingernail thing. You know when you got like grit in your fingernail and you like run it through your hair to like help get it out if you don't have like a nail brush. So we're doing that in her pubes. Just
That's why he keeps goats.
Oh, for the goat vagina?
Yeah.
See, but like think of it like this. What if everybody in New Orleans, like they talk with that weird ass accent,
no,
part
fucking
French?
Creole.
What if
Creole,
they're speaking Creole and they're like, we're
Gross.
tired of this entirely un-Creole system. We want to do our own. And
I'd
this
say
is
let
the
them go.
voice I'm
Make me more
using for them,
simple.
even if it doesn't make sense. I'm kind of just doing Kevin Spacey from.
That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're very Kevin Spacey.
This is very Kevin Spacey-ish. Without the little boy's penis near my face. But
just off camera.
I forgot.
Great
he
American
literally
actor. I don't
touched-
care what he
What
did.
happened to him? Wait, what happened?
He's
to Kevin
coming back.
Spacey?
Did you hear that bitch that accused Kevin Spacey of something? Died? Got killed? One of
Good.
Kevin Spacey's accusers of sexual misconduct got killed.
Shot
did
herself
hear
in the
that.
back of the head.
Shot himself in the
It's
back of the head.
sad. I made that up. Don't buy that.
It's a tragic story, and we're all troubled by it.
There's actually, so recently Kevin Spacey was like in Finland or something, and he did a poetry reading with the poet that was there, and like everyone, he was there. He did it for like 50 people, and everybody that was watching it was like, "What the fuck? Why is Kevin Spacey out reading poetry?"
Hickory dickory dog. I'll grab your.
That was the most recent time he was out in
boy's
public.
cock.
Did you guys?
I feel like I heard about it and then nothing happened. Did he get convicted of any of this, or is
No,
it kind of like one of those
he's
Michael
innocent.
Jackson versions?
No, he's innocent. They dropped the
still pursuing.
charges.
They're
Still pursuing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still pursuing.
All those little boys lied on him, just like they did poor Michael, little Michael. And the Catholics. It just children are bullies. We all know this.
especially
The only thing Kevin
molested
Spacey
children.
is guilty of is being excellent in The Usual Suspects.
The only way to make a child bully harder than normal is to molest him, and that's what we have here. These children going after these strong, powerful, influential men like Kevin Spacey, one of our greatest American actors. Second only to. Well, I think he's our greatest American actor.
It is the problem.
He didn't start acting until he's 55. He's a joke. I don't like Morgan Freeman. I'm not impressed. He has one character. Old man with freckles. I'm tired of it.
Kyle, your racism is showing.
I want to make sure that I want to say Kyle was sarcastic when Kyle just said all of those things about children. I just want to make sure.
The thing you should know about this show.
You don't
is
have
that
to
it's
lie. Listen, Bruce, this is
believe
the good
everything
thing
you
about
say.
coming on PKA. You don't have to clarify for all of them. They've already dug all of their graves so many times. It's like fucking holes out here. Like they could just like pick one to
it
lay
is.
in. You're good to
We got
go.
a mean-spirited guy who only eats sunflower seeds walking around critiquing us. Yeah.
We just ended up on this train and we were trying to get off as fast as possible as soon as the time limit's up. And there's so many holes.
Yeah, I don't want to be anywhere near those graves at all.
Kyle was on the hilarious point of view where it's like, even if he did rape, the movies are pretty tight.
I don't
We
care.
refer to as ex-convict Kyle.
Sure,
He has a better ring.
I'll be
Felon
Lyle.
Kyle.
I'll be Lyle.
Felon Kyle.
Lyle doesn't care what Kevin Spacey did to those boys' buttholes. Okay, it doesn't matter to Lyle. All right, he just doesn't.
No.
If he raped them to death, I would be okay with it. All right, he's just
That's
that
certainly
good.
a stance to take.
Go watch The Usual Suspects and
is
then go
Lyle.
look at that boy who's been victimized and tell me what you'd like to see more of. I don't ever want to see that boy again. I'd love to see The Usual Suspects 2.
Are there any boys on The Usual Suspects?
No, there's Kevin Spacey. He's
I don't
he's
know.
so
I got lost.
If I'm
In
going to
any
get
case.
molested by a Hollywood actor, I want it to be someone as skilled as Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
I would like him to do it as Kaiser Soze.
I
And
like
then
that.
after he
No,
molested me,
verbal
he could
Kent.
use
I want
his ability to convince me he didn't actually do
I'm
it.
the only one that wants to get fucked by Frank Underwood around here.
Yes.
Nah, I don't want to get raped by
I don't
Frank
want that.
Underwood.
I don't want anywhere near Frank.
I think
Underwood.
Frank's more of a bottom. Let's be real.
I bet
and-
Frank's dick is just covered in sores.
I hope so.
Have you guys seen the YouTube video of him playing Frank Underwood after?
Loved it.
Yes.
Loved it.
Oh, we have a very popular bit making fun of that. Yeah.
He basically looks like the craziest man I've ever seen in the world in that video.
But you know you
It's
want him
wild.
back. You know you want to
It's
do the
wild.
last season of
won't
House of
admit
Cards
it.
again.
No,
You
I don't
won't
want any.
go
No,
back.
I don't give two shits whether or not that show comes back. And I watched all of it. So-
No, even before he got kicked off, that show went to shit. But imagine having the fucking balls to molest people for decades and then make a YouTube video where
Yeah, I
you're
know.
like,
Oh, I
"You knew
remember
would
that.
never stay away. I've always been here. You've always been here. And you're
But
going to
you
follow me until the day I die.
Do you believe everything you hear? No.
Do you believe
Smarter
everything you
than that.
hear from the media? Do you believe that even now, as I stand here, I have a 7-year-old sucking my cock behind the counter? Do you
And then the
believe
kid just goes,
you're a fool? And then you
I'm
just hear
about to stuff that little boy just like this Thanksgiving turkey. I'm gonna rub him down. I'm gonna baste him. I'm gonna pull out those giblets. Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna base that child, and it's okay because I was real good in a couple movies. And people are gonna
Every
defend
movie.
me.
He was great in American Beauty. I could go. All of the movies.
Dude,
he's been
American
in.
Beauty, if anything, made that movie less creepy because now I realize he's into men.
It's worth noting. It's worth noting that I know a few development executives over the years, and these Kevin Spacey stories were coming up 10 years ago. People were telling me, and I was like, "No way, that can't be true." Kevin Spacey's he's probably just no, absolutely.
God
and I heard
damn.
these stories in Hollywood, and it was one of those things where I was like, that can't be true. I heard the same about Bryan Singer from the same person.
Who's
and I
Bryan
was like,
Singer?
he was
John
the director.
Travolta. John
the
Travolta's a little grabby as well. It seems.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Bryan Singer and Kevin Spacey,
I
I'd heard
wish.
stories about, and now they're confirmed, for sure, confirmed true.
It's so crazy how many famous people are just a little, not even little, just rapey, you know, like super rapey.
They got
But,
to the
like,
point where they can do whatever they want. They can do whatever the
is
fuck
truly,
they want.
All people are rapey. People in power can just get away with it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We're all a little rapey.
I'm not gonna be jumping in that one.
Look at them denying their rapiness.
God, you don't know what you're
Rapists and
pointing to the
liars,
guests to.
folks.
You're like, look at
Rapists
those
and
guys
liars.
denying their rapiness.
I'm not gonna.
I can't jump into. Listen, McDonald is already mad enough with me.
Kyle's point is cogent and accurate. Yeah, but like it happens at any high level of anything. Like Catholic priests molest kids. Like fucking high level
for sure.
rabbis molest
They
kids.
get
Fucking
the
high
best.
level
I'm saying
imams
it's like
molest kids.
literally
High level
clout.
the public school system. So many kids get molested. Like if you have a bunch of power,
Keep going. Keep going.
and
Where else?
want- I'm just
Power
trying.
and
I'm almost there,
to-
Taylor. Give me a few more.
I named the religious groups. Do Buddhists rape kids? Probably. I don't know.
Actually, you know what? Has there ever? I'm now
Politicians?
interested. Can we get a stat chart for like what religious like deity or not deity? What religious
YouTubers
like, head?
rape children.
Yeah, well, Minecrafters, but like the whole, it's just like I'm curious now. Like, are Buddhists who generally abstain from sexual intercourse, period, like, are they just as prone to
Which
rape?
Minecrafters rape children?
Well,
There-
how do you want to
I'll just Google how often do Buddhists rape.
I'm
I don't know
sure
if that's
that
gonna work. I'm not sure that Minecraft. You hear about that Minecrafter a couple of years ago that was having 14-year-olds send videos of their buttholes to them?
No. I heard about
Yes.
one, and it was like when
That was
you hear about the whole rapey thing, then you hear the details, and it's not so insane. I
I
forget.
can see myself doing that.
All right, let me lay it out there. The guy was 18. The girl was 13. Which is
Yeah, that
5
would
years.
be-
So that's
I-
two
I-
biggest.
yeah, no.
Woody,
Let
the
me-
guy was 9, the girl was
No.
fucking 4.
No.
5 years.
Let me finish my thought.
No.
That's chill.
So 18 and 13, 5 years, too far spread, right? That we all know. They didn't have sex, but they did date for a while. So there was like some inappropriate conduct along the way. He got the police talked to him. He had to see a psychologist. They said this is not a pedophile situation, that these people are developmental peers, and he never did it again.
Was it because he was retarded?
So I'm just like, I don't like it, right? I wouldn't want that to happen to my, daughter at 13 or whatever, but it's also not like there are levels to this rapey game.
Yeah. There's levels to this shit.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys
if you're
think?
if you're a level 5 rapist, where would you put that?
Out of 100?
Out of
We use one. It's a 100 series.
Can we
rating
just all,
system.
we'll all just agree to go to 0? We'll just say.
So this guy might be 5 out of 100. Right? There was no sex.
Bruce just being like, let's stop talking
about
people
Yeah.
getting raped.
I just started my own thing, guys.
Bruce, when you molest a young man, tell me, how do you convince him to not go forward to the authorities?
I gave him ice cream, but the blowjob was so cold.
What do you
If
know what
they're
you're
under a
saying?
certain age, I'm able to train the throat.
I know what you're saying, but there are laws. So I feel like
the laws of man.
generally will cover, because there's the whole if you're 19 and she's 17, right? Then there's
that's fine.
That's fine.
no. Well, it's right. Well,
That's
it's
an
one of those things,
expired
though.
young
In
lady.
Japan, you're 3 years late.
And that's true, because they're what is it? Age of consent is way different all across.
Actually,
Varies by
13 in
state,
Tokyo.
13? Man, they should probably amend
Now, can a
that.
13-year-old consent to
I
any
would hope
age?
so.
Do you have to be like 13 and 14, or can you be 13 and 46?
No, you can be 13 and 70.
All right. Noted.
18
Don't
in Tokyo,
quote me on that because I
13
just
in
had
Outpost.
somebody.
Oh, you're
like,
going to be
yelling at
representing me in
chat.
court.
But
I
again,
will not be doing
again, like that's I feel like case by case is probably the right way to do it. And like you said, 18 to 13, they're developmentally the same. Okay, all right, like maybe that's whatever. I'm not saying it's okay. It's more of like maybe it happened, and maybe we should
Bruce,
try
you're
to
saying
avoid
you're
that.
gonna have sex with a 13-year-old?
No,
Yeah,
that's
18
not
to
what
13 can suck
That's
my
how I'm
butt.
getting. That's how I'm
thank
reading
you.
it.
That
Not
is
what I
a
said
bad
at all.
matchup.
No.
18 to 13, that's way too long to begin.
But
That's
case
not-
by case, maybe we like case by case is probably helpful there.
Like
in that situation.
I think, we all agree that that's too long. You shouldn't have done that. I also think, though, on the scale that it's towards the low end.
I can't even think about going out on a date with somebody under the age of 21. Like the idea that you cannot go to the bar with me is inherently a problem. All right, like they're like, what do we do?
That's
we
why
are
I
on the
don't
same
drink.
page here. Absolutely, yeah. If I I don't want to. Even when I was on that Tinder grind, like a year and a half, 2 years ago, or I guess 2.5 years ago now, like at no point was I like,
Figure it out.
Yeah, let's get that 18-year-old girl.
I
And
can
then I
tell
can
you
bring her to a bar.
The youngest
and-
girl I'll go for
Yeah.
varies state to state.
No, I should always.
Jeez.
Once
Oh,
you're an
no.
adult, once you're an adult,
You have
20
kids.
at least in
See,
the
Bruce, no one will pay
21
attention to
should be
things
the
you've
line.
said. We got you covered.
Bruce, turn around and ask your girlfriend what's the youngest man she would have sex with. Right now, she's behind you. I can see her.
This is good content. I did
Oh
see
yeah,
her.
hold on a second.
But say it like, what's the youngest that you allow her?
I typed to everybody. I see this as a personal attack.
Did she
All
say?
right, Autumn's different. She said no one under 28.
28?
Of
All
course,
right,
that's,
well,
that's
all
how
right.
women
Hey,
work.
Wait, have you guys ever seen that chart where it shows the individual's desired sexual preferences, age, and shit? And for women, it's when they're 18, it's like 21. When they're 28, it's like 30. When they're 38, it's 41. When they're 55, it's 58. And it keeps going. And then for men, it's no matter what age it is, it's like 21. Just like straight up. And that's hilarious.
18.
I
18
thought
to
Taylor was
21.
going to say. All right. Delta plane dumps fuel on 4 elementary schools over LA. We're very proud of LA.
What a headline.
An airplane making an emergency landing today at LAX discharged fuel while flying over our schools. Students and staff may have been sprayed by fuel or inhaled fumes. Paramedics are treating those complaining of skin irritation or breathing problems.
What a bunch of pussies. What is this fucking generation that we can't take a little bit of gasoline?
Yeah.
First of all,
some of these kids
of
were as
all-
much as 7 years old. Toughen up.
we all know how high up that plane must have been when it vented this stuff. Like
No.
even when they're
Typically,
coming
you
down,
come in for emergency landings way high.
but over 4 schools. How close are these 4
Okay.
schools? Right? Like
they show where they're within 1 mile of the airport.
there are 4
Not even
schools
less
within
than that.
They're
There are
less than a
4
mile.
schools.
3 million people that live here, Kyle.
In that neighborhood, there aren't. It's a gigantic city. I've been there.
Yeah. So around
What
LA,
I'm saying is, this is nonsense. Somebody smelled a little. Somebody smelled a little kerosene. Oh, my delicate nose! I smelled petroleum products.
Yeah, I live next to
Ooh.
the Santa Monica airport. I smelled that jet fuel every day. I don't have cancer yet.
What a bunch of pussies.
know of.
A bunch of pussies. They're just probably trying to sue Delta and make now.
Are
I
you
don't think
on,
any of
are
them are
you on
suing.
Big Delta's payroll,
See,
Kyle?
next time I want to fly to
I love
Atlanta
Delta.
to North Atlanta, I'm gonna have to pay more.
Hmm.
That's a joke about how I'm not allowed to leave the north of Georgia.
Oh, I didn't get it at first.
I didn't
Do you have flights going 13 miles? Because that's my radius.
Can I just sit in it just for a minute? Can I get a bag of those peanuts and I'll split? I used to fly like every other month, and it's been a while. Yeah, I think this is a case of people in Los Angeles being a bunch of big up pussies because I just can't imagine that. See, what they lead you to believe by this article is that like it rained gasoline onto children, and they were just like, as it drenched them in literal gasoline. First of all, I think jets run on kerosene, but
probably jet
of
fuel.
all, I think kerosene
I would
jet
assume.
fuel. Let me Google it. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But
jet fuel is its own thing, but it's like kerosene, I think.
But
jet fuel is a clear straw-colored fuel based on unleaded kerosene.
Yeah. So I think that they just smelled a little kerosene, and they got their little buttholes up in a.
Nobody's
Twitter.
suing, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then whose article is this? Is it CNN?
It's probably Fox News. And
We
CNN
believe
combined.
I can see Don Limonette. We believe that the pilot of the plane was none other the Democratic candidate Bernie Sanders.
Wait, so, all right, so it is actually CNN is the first two that pop up.
I think mine was on ABC, but it's
Fox
all
News
over
wouldn't
the
even
place.
report on
All
this
right,
nonsense.
ABC is just a
fair and balanced.
My favorite thing about this too is what they're not talking about is this plane's making an emergency landing. They were dumping fuel so they wouldn't explode the 300 passenger jetliner on landing.
Those
So
people are
take your
pussies too. If they can't take a
take your
little
skin
explosion.
Yeah, take your skin irritation and save 300 people from the most costly disaster since 1998, I think, in the North American airline system.
I would say,
Well,
that would be
2001, there
9/11,
was a
right?
pretty big one.
No, I'm talking. Okay, relax. I'm talking about.
Oh my God, Tucker! Never forget. Well, they had one rule: never
That was
forget.
terrorism. Oh, but was Delta being a terrorist organization by dumping this jet fuel across the schools, targeting these schools?
They targeted the schools.
I mean, how
According
else?
to
did
NPR.
Yeah, where else are the headlines saying that the homes in between the schools were
I bet these were underprivileged schools too, even at that. Oh,
They were just like-
what were these minorities? Like
Oh my God.
I don't
Delta
give a shit.
Airlines. I love Delta. I
They
will
should
not
make.
fly
I
anybody
love
else.
Delta too. I only fly Delta. I got so many Delta miles.
Are they not expired after the?
I don't think they expire. I think I think. I
Oh,
did the things that
status
they want.
expires. You're right. Your miles don't.
Being, you don't look drunk enough to like just falling down the fucking steps and breaking the glass and crawling on the ground. Like he was a really good actor. Do you remember?
Still has the sticker on the back of his pants.
Does he? You know, he got him today. Did you hear him? Did you hear him mention the pants? Right. So like, so have you seen Woody?
Yeah, on his back left pants, he's got the whole like 34, 34, 34.
He wants
That
you to
long-
know, like
that
Jerry
long sticky
Seinfeld.
one?
Yeah, the long
Oh.
sticky. It's like green or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
The 36s. He
You
colors
wanna
in
take-
the
you wanna
floor.
take bet- Let's take bets on where he got his pants from. I say American Eagle.
No. I'm gonna say Nordstrom's rack.
I am going to say Hollister.
Why do you both choose like
Because he wears
middle-aged white people?
Because he's a middle-aged white guy, and he wears Hollister and American Eagle. So I think that is a safe bet.
Yeah.
Really upsetting that's I'm now privy to this info.
You don't wear Hollister stuff and American Eagle stuff.
Now that I think about it, like imagining him with like khakis and like thong sandals, like some flip-flops, really it's doing a lot for me.
It meshes.
I mean, you've met him before. You remember the
I know.
shorts, right? The shorts.
Yeah, but like he just dressed like. Yeah, this is all coming into play. I was gonna say he dressed like I would have dressed if I were 10, 15 years older. I think he's 15 years. I think he's 20 years older than me.
Yeah,
So-
he's like 48.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Yeah.
So 20 years older. Yeah, that's good math.
Yeah, that's good math. Right?
That one's easy.
We got to help him
Got
out.
all the zeros right. That time.
We got to help him out with
Anyways,
this pants sticker situation.
we gotta
Do we-
let him
do we-
know.
Do we help him?
Yeah,
of course
Can
we
can do
help.
it? I mean, of course we help him, but like, how do we help him? Do we just go, "Hey, there was a sticker on your pants," or do we have some fun with it?
We can see if he'll do a spin.
Hey, Woody, you got some cool pants. Can you show us off those pants
Yeah.
real quick?
Can you-
I can see if he's-
What What if you pretend like you think it's a stain and you won't take no for an answer even when he shows you the sticker?
No, it's under that. It's underneath that.
It's underneath.
Yeah, I don't know if I have
It was no. You were right. It was a sticker.
like after he's like examining it in front of the camera and stuff, you're like, oh yeah, it was a sticker, huh?
It can't be me or Kyle.
I could be
He'll
like,
know
hey,
we're fucking with him.
I'm like, hey, it looks like you
If we
sat
stay
down on
straight
something. It looks like you sat down on something when you got up. Yeah, from the chair on your left leg. Yeah, turn around.
That's a good one. Yeah. Straight faced.
Could just tell him he's got someone.
No, if you full screen him before he actively does the turnaround, he knows.
Yeah, you can't do that, Zach.
So
Then he
when
knows something's
he
up.
stands up and he does like this and he's like whoop, whoop, that's when you full.
That's when you hit him with
right
the full
here.
screen.
That's when you hit him.
Then he'll know that our epic prank
Then
is
our
happening.
then we're epically goofing him.
Dude, this is like Mad Lads shit. Like
Impractical
absolute
Jokers.
Mad Lads.
What I made my friend.
I don't want to be mean about it.
No, we're not being mean about it. It's just
No,
it's
but I mean, you could take it to a mean place if you
It's super fucking
we can
hilarious.
take it to a mean place. If you,
I mean, if you're gonna pressure,
You're just laughing. I'm like, ha ha, you idiot! Like, you
Wow,
fucking
look at this-
nincompoop.
Look at this fucking dumbass with his
No, I've
pants
learned,
sticker on.
I've learned
Yeah.
10 million goddamn times, and it still worked or whatever. So,
Woody, you got a stain on your pants. Back left hamstring.
Is this true? Are you is this a
100%.
trick?
Are you willing to take that bet?
Yes, I'm gonna bet that there's no stain on my pants.
Okay, there's nothing on your back left hamstring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like. Why would I lie about that?
There's a sticker. These are brand new pants. That one was on my back left hand. It is not a stain. I had a sticker.
Hey, we take those small victories, you know.
like
I told you I bought new pants that fit.
It was
These
worth
have
it.
stickers and tags on them.
75% of the time you've been gone have been devoted to that sticker.
Yeah. How do we break it to him? How do we let him know?
Tucker noticed it immediately when you were walking away.
Oh yeah, I saw it glint, and I was like, "There's something on
Right
there."
before the show, there was a big orange tag on the back pocket that I removed. But yeah, these are my new pants. They fit. I posted a picture of me because I've been working out on Twitter, and everyone roasted me because my pants were too big.
Well, the pants were big because he got small.
Yeah, I lost some weight, and now my pants don't.
Wait,
What
hold
you
on,
should
we
have
had the other side
Weight
thing.
Watchers shit where you like put your thumb in the waistband and like pull it away from you and like lean back. Like,
Oh,
kinda
yeah,
did
where you
that,
do
but I
that
pulled them
thing.
down sexy to show like.
Ooh,
Oh.
you got your
Dom
front
slides.
cleavage.
Whatever they're called. Wait, what
what's
brand? What brand are the shorts?
The pants that I'm wearing.
The short, yeah, you're wearing right now. We had a
Carhartt.
fuck.
Worker
All right.
man's.
0 for 3. That is
Yeah,
a better
what
brand. We guessed
did-
Hollister, American
American
Eagle.
Eagle.
And I
And-
said Nordstrom's rack, which you could have still purchased them from there. But
I wasn't kidding. We spent
That's
a lot
true.
of time
That
on
was
those pants.
This was you were gone for an abnormally amount of time.
I saw the button.
When
Carhartt,
Zach gives you the
100%.
like when Zach gives you like the minutes later, it'll be like pant talk. 12 minutes.
3 hours and 30 minutes to 4 hours and 1 second. Sticker discussion.
Well, I feel good. The pants are not stained. They're not Hollister. I'm really coming up roses on this. If
Yeah.
anything, these are brand new, super clean pants.
Those are
By a
real
brand
nice pants.
not for girls or children.
Absolutely. You couldn't have you're a real winner today. Like, your pants
Top of
fit,
the world.
your pants fit and we can't
Everything's
find
coming up,
anybody.
Woody. I don't remember what that's from.
Millhouse.
Oh,
Everything
What,
coming up.
Millhouse.
Millhouse.
Everything's coming up. Millhouse.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Yeah, that is. I can't believe I didn't remember that was Simpsons. I love the
Yeah,
Simpsons.
I've got the ironclad memory in the group.
There's so
And I didn't think that was that cruel. They do it, but sometimes they put the guys in the cage and set them on fire or lower them into the ocean. I haven't seen them do anything with sharks yet, though. I feel like wild animals is pretty cutting edge, right? Like go Roman.
Put them in there. Maybe there's not a lot of sharks where they're at.
I see him by the. I saw him by the ocean one time, slitting a bunch of throats, and then I saw him on a boat, like just capping guy after guy. And I watch a lot of these videos.
Like all of ISIS like stabbing the ocean. If Allah meant for this to be, He would have not made land. The water is in the front. The water is created.
Stabbing away.
Kicking the ocean.
I used to just hang out on top of the house a lot. Like we had this 6-foot fence
Safe up there
to keep the to keep the dogs
keep you in.
And I was really hard to contain as a kid. And I would climb on the fence and then climb on the chimney, went up real wide and then got like narrower, and I could sort of scale that inclined part of the chimney to get onto the roof. And then I would just hang out on the roof all the time. And I did that my entire childhood. When we moved to Ocean City, suddenly the roof was like 4 stories tall. And it wasn't built in such a way that you could safely go from one surface to the other. There was some jumping over the open space involved. But I just got real comfortable with it. And I used to hang out on our roof a lot. It's lucky to make it, really.
Jesus.
I've always loved being high.
My grandparents, who have a beach house in Wilmington, it's like a 4.5 story beach house. So at the top, we're like in the attic, which is not supposed to be a living space where my room was. I figured out that I could climb up on the roof up there, which was great because it had an amazing view. You know, you're 45 feet up off the ground, but terrifying because you had to scale it by like climbing around the whatever you call the parts of the roof above the extended windows, you know, those like weird small triangles. Yeah, the dormers. So you had to like lean over and then do this weird, you know, rock climb scale to climb back up the slant. So I did it like a couple times, and then one time like my hand slipped and I wasn't like my back was still on inside the fence, so like I fell down onto the balcony, but I was like, all right, I think that's it for me. I'm done doing that. The view's not that great.
I was a slow learner. Yeah, no, I had many of those incidents and I just kept going.
Tucker, you strike me as like being pretty well behaved and everything in school.
So well behaved.
What was the most outrageous thing you did throughout schooling, or like what? You don't seem like the kind of guy that got in trouble a lot.
I didn't. And so it's funny because my family just came over last week for vacation to see my place, all that stuff. And so I had this conversation with a friend of mine because they were like, oh, so, you know, what was the worst thing that he had done? And of course, my parents said like, oh, we caught him drinking one time. And I was like, that did happen, but that wasn't it. I really liked this one girl. And I'm surprised. I might have even told this on this show before, but I really liked this one girl. And she sent me a text and was like, hey, my parents aren't home for the weekend. Like, you should come over. Like a true, real, hey, my parents aren't home thing. And it was like 11:30.
Is this high school?
Yeah, this is high school. This is like freshman year.
So you're like 14.
15. I was 15. So maybe it was sophomore year. And it's like 11:30 at night on a Friday and my parents are asleep. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking run to her house. I'm going to run to her house. It's 4 miles away, but I'm going to run to her house.
Oh, so her parents weren't home.
Her parents weren't home, right? So I snuck out and I ran to the grocery store that was in between our houses. I got a Monster Energy TM branded beverage and I drank it, and then I ran for like 45 minutes, like a full on like workout run, because that's 4 miles is a long way. And I got there and she had fallen asleep, and so I was like, but I hadn't told her I was going to run over. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I gave her a call. She woke up, like let me in. And that was the first time that I ever had sex with her. And then she ended up being my girlfriend. But like what I hadn't realized was 5:30 a.m. comes around and I have to run back 4 miles to my house before my parents get up. So, and they get up really early. So I, you know, ran it back. It was like 8 miles round trip. I was so tired and sweaty and gross, but it was definitely the most delinquent. That was the only time I ever snuck out. And it was worth it because I got a girlfriend.
Man, you didn't even steal a car or anything. You just
I
were
just ran.
Healthy. Yeah. So you showed up sweaty and full of Monster, and she wanted to bang, or did you go,
I'm here, ready to
hey
fuck.
baby, I'm gonna hop in that shower real quick?
Or no, so she was she did let me in and was like, I can't believe you're here. You know, I was like, yeah, me either. It's crazy. So I'm definitely a little sweaty. Like, can I take a shower? She was like, oh, of course. That was a non-issue. Probably way smoother than I ever intended it to be, but I was just really sweaty and I didn't want to be sweaty. So, you know,
That's incredible.
It was great.
Yeah, no, I don't have any experiences like that where I would just show up and have sex for the first time with somebody.
It was literally a one-time thing. I'll never be able to do that ever again, like physically or emotionally.
Yeah, then you got your license. So you don't even have to do it.
Right.
If someone told me like there's $100 4 miles from here, but you have to run,
I wouldn't do it.
Nah.
Wait, Tucker, you could do it.
I could do it. I'm just saying I wouldn't. Like I ran 2 miles today. Like it's not bad, but it's not 4 miles. It's 8 miles. It's like a longer distance than that.
Well, what if you can walk back?
Yeah, but then it takes 2 hours, and you're just like, this was before smartphones. This was the era of like, I might have an MP3 on this phone kind of thing. So like, what do you do during that walk? You can't go on Reddit. It's like, all right.
Did you have your iPod shuffle with you, where you're like, God, when did I like any of these? Fast forwarding through every song.
Added weight. No.
How did you sneak out of the house? Just through the hallways and be quiet?
So I had an older house that had all wood flooring, and through my very many years of sneaking down to play RuneScape and other games, I learned exactly where the floorboards would creak. So I walked in the weirdest manner to get to the back door, or sliding glass door that wouldn't make any noise because the front door did, the garage door would. So I slid the sliding glass door and went out that way and just left it unlocked. And when I came back, there was a light on in my parents' room. Like it was 6:30 in the morning. So they might have been up, but it's not like it's not like they like look into my room and like, oh, there he is sleeping. You know, they're just so.
It wasn't in my hypothetical agency career. I'm not fucking anyone over. Like he's making way more money than he would have without me, right? Hopefully, I'm good at this job, and I'm bringing him Papa John's or whatever. Tucker, what was the one you fucked up? McDonald's, right?
McDonald's,
right? So
how'd you fuck up McDonald's?
Yeah, Tucker, what happened with that?
Oh man, dude! At the I'm going to try and be as plain as possible at the risk of like not exacerbating an already awful situation. But I was doing a sponsored integration with 3 specific people, with Twitch, Uber Eats, and McDonald's, all at the same time. And I was ordering McDonald's, and a year ago for their 50th anniversary, a Big Macs, they had sent me 100 redeemable like fake gilded Big Mac coins in a box, and I was like, perfect opportunity to just be like, see, you know, I've worked with McDonald's, I've always wanted to work with McDonald's, like I'm a fan, I still got these from a year ago. I brought it in, and just like, you know, like a Freudian slip, like calling your teacher mom, I was like, McDonald's sent me a box of 50 Whopper coins.
Oh no!
This was literally as they were pushing me to front page and shit, and like I didn't even realize it. So I said it. I was like, yeah, like it was just super awesome of them. You can redeem these for Whoppers anywhere. And then I
double down, Tucker.
I heard what I said, and I was like, oh Jesus, okay, clearly mistake, whatever. I like put it back to the start screen, re-introed like as a joke, and then, you know, kept going on. And then the other part, which, you know, this is so dumb. I was playing Super Smash Brothers, and I main a character, Rob. You know, this little Nintendo dude.
Yeah.
Right. He has a red skin. The entirety of the time that I've been playing Rob, that's referred to as Red Robin. Red Robin, which I've never been to, is apparently a competitive burger chain for McDonald's. So I said that fucking thing too, and they were livid because apparently, unbeknownst to me, I was the front man for the entire like campaign that McDonald's was going to launch with Twitch. I was like the first one to do it. So understandably, like everybody's just screaming at each other, and my dumb ass is sitting here like, yeah, I've done hundreds of sponsors, like hundreds, and I've not ever had a negative comment from any company, right? And this is the one that I went and fucked up twice. Even though, like, you know, definitely I understand. There was no like malice. I wasn't trying to meme. It was like very clearly a misspoken thing. But like at the end of the day, it's business. It's business is business. So
they're looking for a performance they didn't get, right?
Right. So I told this. It gets worse because I told.
Oh my God.
I got this.
What's left?
So now the rest is Ronald McDonald for the rest of the year.
So then I was like, man,
this is
this whole thing's going in and out.
So I immediately, as soon as I heard that they were understandably livid, I was like, hey, like, let me know what I can do to rectify the issue. Like, let me do some pro bono streams. Like, I'll do some tweets for you guys. Like, I just want to make sure that you, like, if you don't want to work with me ever again, fine. But let's at least get this to a neutral, like, you rectified the issue that you've created kind of thing.
Yeah.
So still haven't heard back on the plausibility of that.
I can picture the marketing guy who initially gave the proposal, like the marketing deck being like, and this is why Tucker, aka Jericho, is a perfect launching point for us. He does this, he does that. Here's examples of his sponsored spots in the past. Then like the next, as he's watching, that guy was sweating bullets. That guy was shitting his pants when you said Whoppers. And then when you started calling a character Red Robin, I guarantee if that guy were me, I'd be like, he's trolling us. Trolling McDonald, son of a bitch.
And I get that's why, like, I when I got told that Red Robin was a burger chain, I looked at my phone and I was like, yeah, I guess this kind of all makes sense, huh? Like all this like punitive, like all the punishments and stuff. So long story short, they I told this story just to like clarify why maybe there wouldn't be a lot of sponsored work coming through in the next couple months, you know, because I'm put in the doghouse. And this fucking TMZ shit ass company that I'm not going to mention the name because I hate them. I won't give them press. This shit ass like gaming TMZ thing writes this entire fucking article right up detailing exactly how I messed up in all the situations. And that gets pushed to the front of like everybody's like Reddit pages. Live stream fails.
That's
puts
how
it
I
up
saw
on the
it.
top of that.
What's the name of that outlet? I want to read it and then
Tucker, my mom sent me the link.
It's just like everybody. It's so then I had to explain, like, no, I didn't go to them for comment. This trash site was just like writing on my behalf and just exacerbating like pouring salt in the wound. I'm just like, we're just trying to move past it and do what we can. But like, yeah,
how long ago was this?
Last week, 2 weeks ago.
So fucking funny.
So that wasn't a good example because that was a complicated example, but the whole, like, your agent didn't do you wrong. You were probably happy to get that deal.
No,
All
he's the
deals
one that
you
fucked
get.
up.
No, right. But we were talking about agents being evil and ruining their name. Like, no, agents can do good work.
This is a client ruining an agent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now my agent. So listen. Now my
somewhere
agent,
that man's walking with a cardboard box in his arms.
Yes.
Yeah. Like my poor agents, I love them. Like they do such good work for me, and I just they like I got a call, and I looked at it, and I was like, this is the group phone number, like the one where like both of my agents are calling together, and I was like, why are both my agents calling me at the same time? Because usually it's like big deal, or I've never had a bad slip up, and so I answer, and they just go, hey man, and I was like, oh no, I immediately knew it was about the mistake, the fucking fuck up.
But you
And I
only
was
knew
like,
of the Whopper side of it when they called.
Yeah,
Yes.
they explained the other half of it, and I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like you really don't need to be like spending extra time doing like an apology tour. You know, like usually that's something I'm comfortable handling. So I reached out to Twitch and like the whole sales team, everybody I knew, and I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like I put you in a bad position. But my agents are the one that have to deal with like the McDonald's legal teams and all that stuff. So
I bet they don't have that big of a legal team.
Yeah.
They put all the money right back into the product.
Oh my god!
And see what you need to do. Who was that guy who for the longest time was like that punchable big glass goober who was like, I get service everywhere with Sprint, and then they fired him, and he was like, actually, I'm a T-Mobile man now, and like
it's Verizon or something, right?
Yeah, Verizon or something like that.
Yeah.
Not very good ads if I can't recall either company, but. That's what you need to do. Get in touch with Burger King. Be like, I love the Whoppers so much I couldn't get him out of my mind, even while being paid by your biggest competitor.
No, because that's I fucking. You know what? You know what? No, I'm not gonna. We're gonna walk that one back. I was like,
I'm trying to help you. Don't. Don't.
There was
I'm trying to help the show.
We're recording this, you know.
This is gonna be live. No, there was a Wendy's tweet that I saw. Wendy's is making an RPG game where you can fight Ronald McDonald, and I was like, look, if McDonald's never wants to work with me again, I'll be sad because they're my preferred fast food chain outside of Chick-fil-A and Bojangles. But like,
I'm sure
Wendy's,
they're very honored to be number 3.
And Five Guys are surprised, but they're not really fast food.
Yeah.
You've never even been to Red Robin. That'd rock your world.
Oh God, I can't believe that going on this show was not the thing that ruined my.
Give us
did it all
time,
by
Tucker. A
yourself,
few
you
more
didn't need us.
appearances.
We're working. I don't even need you guys anymore. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like imagine if you'd been doing a KFC ad and you just went super racist with it. Like that would have been worse.
Would have been
Like, see,
okay.
that's what I like to do in scenarios like this.
Oh.
Imagine how things could have been much, much worse than they actually were.
I did play the KFC. I did like a little thing with them. They had a anime dating sim game where you could date the Colonel. I played the shit out of that thing. It was a pretty reasonably funny game.
Okay.
Did you play it? Did you play it before or after the McDonald's fuck up?
Before. I'm thinking.
Okay,
about
all right,
running it
that's
back
good.
and look, all I'm saying is Ronald McDonald never took me to his cabin in the woods and sat by the fire with me and talked about his future. But
I would be uncomfortable if he did.
yeah.
You know, Tucker. Just so you know, if I ever meet anybody that works, I mean, like McDonald's or Twitch, and there is a like a chance that I'll meet someone that's involved with that campaign. I know Tucker. I've known him for years. He's the nicest dude in the world, and he would never do any of that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
So for me, this has happened before where I've had to like apologize for other people and be like, yo, they didn't mean to, the blah blah blah. I think they know that, so I'll put in a good word.
Just make sure they understand. This is incompetence. this is negligence. It has nothing to do with it.
It's not negligence. It's incompetence and ignorance. It is not
People
negligence.
make mistakes. People make mistakes, especially on live streams where they got to stream for hours and hours a day. That's just one of those things. That
Imagine working with this show. We put Chiz in a position now and then. Like, it's usually not something we did with the ad, like what Tucker did. It's like, you know, we thought the sexual assault game where we guessed the age of his victims was funny.
That was funny, and I can't believe that sponsor pulled out.
Oh man,
I remember that.
Who was it that pulled out?
I'm gonna say the victim was an
sponsor?
8-year-old female, and he's a kitty diddler.
No, we didn't tie it into the sponsor. It was like
the sponsor didn't like that content was along
assault. We plugged them in the middle of the sexual assault game, and it was basically Chiz gave us like a bunch of pictures of people who had committed heinous crimes.
That was the problem. You just nailed it. The problem was we called it the sexual assault game right in the middle of Me Too.
Yeah.
Tucker, I'm not putting in a good word.
Right.
I am not putting in a good word for them about the sex. No way. How.
There's nobody that needs to like that. They still somehow manage to wrangle some sponsors in here, you know. Like, I think we're doing all right.
As long as we put it next to that kind of content, we're good. But you're right. The naming, not good.
It does
even though we
sometimes
were
segue.
making
Like,
fun of pedophiles.
speaking of porn sites, let us introduce our sponsor, Squarespace. You know,
Yeah, but that's a good organic. You know,
I'm sure they
I'm sure they do.
I wonder
You
if they have
literally
terms of service about that.
last time we were talking, you talked about like fucking people super hard on Casper mattresses, and I was like,
yeah, with your rock hard dick.
Wow,
with your rock hard blue chew cock. You know?
That's right. Yes.
See, they like that.
They love that. And the sexual assault game was basically we found this. We had this list of sex offenders, and you had their mugshot and like their age and a few other facts. And just by looking at the guy's face, we would take a guess as to what his victim might have been. Was it an 8-year-old girl? Was it a 16-year-old boy? You know, what does this creep get into?
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, was it rape? Was it like
indecent
fondling,
exposure,
some sort of molestation, child pornography?
Much harder
What was he
game than you
into?
would think.
That it is a really
Real
tough game,
hard.
but do you not remember when we did Pentacon, which is a thing that I actively still do, which is you're just guessing based off of the biography of the person and the release date what they're in for.
Right.
Yeah, it's similar to that. We did that last time you were on. It's just we went too far. So I would say.
So you got to walk the line. You guys were like both feet in there.
Yeah, you were. I'm going to say you were a little far on that. I probably would have told you that I'm not going to play. Well, you know, I'm not going to play that game. I'll stay out of that one. I'll stay that one for now.
It was like Clue, though. It would be like, he molested a 20-year-old in a sorority house in Michigan. It's like, nope, totally wrong. Yeah.
That was fun.
And then like at least they took longer to drop than the 100% food debacle.
That was
where
funny. I still show that to people.
Yeah, where we just made fun of their product to their face because they put in the ad copy, give us your honest opinion.
That was a huge mistake.
Big mistake.
Wait, is this that shit that was the cement that
Yes.
you guys kept? Yeah,
If you send us a product, in parentheses at the bottom, it should say "lie through your fucking teeth," because they said tell us the truth. We want the real opinion from the, and we're like,
yeah, but they were winking.
They want your real opinion if you like it.
Well, you'll lose weight.
We
You're
had
not
seen
going to finish the bottle.
that on their
Maybe if you're
website.
constipated,
No, there's too many nutrients.
On their website, they had quotes from it might have been Rooster Teeth, but I'm not 100. Don't quote me on that. And it was like mostly edible, and like I was able to muscle it down, and I was like, so they roll with the punches. Yeah, and I get it. And then we just took that times 100.
Yeah,
And
and then I said this shit's like Quickcrete. And they,
Taylor,
I
was
think I was
anybody's-
on for this show. I remember this.
That was anybody sponsored this show at all. I'm surprised you guys.
It's a
we
question.
move product. God damn it! All right.
they're on our business, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
the sponsors
I
brave
buy
enough
my
to stick with
mattress.
us. They're richly rewarded.
Absolutely. Yes, they are. And the real issue is sometimes a sponsor will come to us who is just like, it's like, really? Why would you want to advertise your Quickcrete diet drink with us? That's not something we're going to be comfortable even
They got this young guy fresh out of like marketing school from like ITT Tech, and he's like, "I've got it, guys. The internet.
Yeah,
We're gonna use
like-
this."
And I want to tap into one of your superpowers. This might be not fun. Can you spell? I'm going to start easy. Misspell. Spell misspell. These are the top 10 most misspelled words.
MIS. Ooh, this is weird.
This is
Don't do it.
weird, but
Don't
it
do it.
should be exactly what you think it should be.
Is it one S?
Why would it be one S?
MISPELL.
There you go.
Wrong.
Thank
There
you.
are two S's.
Really?
Yes. Why would there ever be one miss?
Because
if
he
you
said it was a commonly-
misinterpret, if you misinterpret, all right, spell that word starts with an S, so you misspell has to be two S's.
Taylor,
don't, like,
everyone here thinks
apostrophe
you're
that
dumb,
shit.
but not me.
Not me.
I
I
had
think
no
you're
I don't know any of
Only
these words.
him.
But that was the easiest one. What's
Kyle,
the
do
next
you
one?
want
Well, that was tough because he said it's
I
a
do not
commonly
want
misspelled
one.
word.
The next
and
one
so
I
you
think is
He psyched
actually,
you
the next
out.
one's hard.
He
The one
psyched
after
me out.
that's easy.
Well, shit.
Taylor, let's hit you. Spell Pharaoh.
PHAROAH.
I think it's AOH.
AOH.
Kyle got it.
What?
Kyle got it. All right, you know what?
Man, I'm
having
not
fun
good
with
at
this,
these
and I'm
commonly
giving it to
misspelled
Tucker
words.
because I think he might get it. Tucker, spell weird.
Okay, well that's easy. Everybody knows how to spell weird. You got it. It's not harder than you think.
WEIRD.
Yeah, but it's E
Why-
before I, so people get it
Yeah,
wrong.
but I mean, that's what's confusing about it. I mean, I was I don't know, when I just picture the word weird, it shows up like that in my head.
Pharaoh and the previous word, whatever
It's
that
like
was.
it's like Wednesday. When I read
Misspell.
Pharaoh, I read Pharaoh. I don't know. It's weird.
Here's one I can never spell, and I've just given up on remembering. Restaurant. And
Restaurante.
Have you ever seen that bit by Patrice O'Neill when he's
No.
talking about like Patrice O'Neill? Go watch Elephant in the Room. He died like 10 years ago. One of the funniest comedians
Rip.
ever. He had a bit about spelling and how bad of a speller he was. He's like, I love my mom, but if some guy comes up and puts a gun to my mother's head and says, spell restaurant, or I'm gonna blow her head off. I'm gonna go, Mom, I love you more than anything in the world.
I mean, yeah.
But it's like restaurant.
Do you guys want any more? Or are we moving
It's
on?
restaurant. Yeah.
I do want one more, but
R-E-S-T-A-U-A-R-N-T.
the worst part about restaurant is like I watch Seinfeld, and like every episode it flashes the word in front of me, and every time I see it, I go, "Remember this time, dumbass. Remember this time." It doesn't stick.
RESTAU Ront.
I think that's correct.
Yes.
Restaurant.
This one's
Restaurant.
hard. They're all hard,
Restaurant.
but doable for Kyle. Intelligence.
INTE. Are there two L's? Let's do two L's. Is it two L's? I'm going with two L's. LL. Okay. IGENCE.
Kyle got it. That's right. Nicely done, Kyle.
I'm pretty high too. Like, that's why that was so difficult. I'm like picturing letters pop up in my head.
I think this one's hard. And I'm going to hand it to Taylor.
That one is kind of hard.
Because he's kind of the.
No, this is an all play. This is an all play.
Taylor, handkerchief. Handkerchief? I don't even know how to say it.
See, well, you gave it away by correcting yourself.
Yep.
Oh, did I? Okay.
The hard part was the chief part.
Yep.
Not
is it
for
a
me.
Chief?
Well,
is it a chief?
There's plenty of hard parts in this word for me.
Is it a chief?
HANKERCHIEF.
Kyle nailed it. Did
Yeah,
you cheat?
it's handkerchief.
No.
Yeah.
Like
The
right,
only
but
thing I'm playing with is this.
but my dad always said handkerchief, and I'm sure a lot of other
do.
people.
Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
So
They'd
it's
spell it
kind of
like chef
confusing
at
when
the
you
end instead of chief.
yeah
Yeah.
Ooh, or that.
Most of these words I don't even know. Gobbledygook? Anyone want to try it?
What the fuck? Nobody's like, hey, spell gobbledygook.
It was number one.
Gobblety.
GOBBELTY.
GOBBELTY.
That was actually pretty far off. GOBBLEDEGOOK.
Gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook. Gobbledygook.
You know what that word is like?
I didn't know that was a real word.
You know the injector in Kharkov, the Obadobolos that no one pronounces correctly ever? It's the same
Say
shit.
it again.
Obadobolos. I just say it quickly so that it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's a drug in Tarkov.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's another one of those words.
Yeah,
that I can
sorry,
Can you
I
spell it?
Yeah. I knew
It's
you could throw it.
Obadoblabos.
It's something like that. It's the extra bos on the
It's
end.
definitely OBODOBOLEOS or some shit.
It makes your mouth do some stuff it doesn't normally do with words.
I'm gobbling.
That turned out okay. That was all the words that I actually knew from that list.
It's
There are two
way
more I don't
easier
even
to
know.
spell a word if you pretend to write it than if you
Yeah.
just start saying it.
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
if I had a
It's
sheet
like
of
you
paper, it
you
would
get
be
ahead of yourself with
tremendously
muscle
easier.
memory and then you just spell it.
Have you ever actually, and I mean this without a hint of irony, watched the Spelling Bee ESPN champ? I was watching on an airplane, and yes, I was drinking heavily. It was cross country, but this was the year where they had 7 tied people because they just could not get anybody out. They were on like round 7 of overtime, and nobody would lose. And I'm sitting here just like they're throwing words out and asking for etymology of things that have 17 syllables, and I'm like, refrigerator's about as far as I can go in my head. Was just like things that make no sense grammatically, and it's just I love it. I'm dyslexic,
I watched that
so it's hard.
show, the Spelling Bee, in awe of everybody involved, of the kids that can spell the words, of the adults that can pronounce them. I'm like, how did he do that? Like, when they just read the etymology of it correctly, and I don't know, there's like Greek root words and stuff like that they hand out. I couldn't do any. I could work the camera maybe.
When I see it, I see a massive waste of time and talent, because you have these clearly intelligent children who are like, they're probably a little weird in one way or another.
Yeah, they're definitely a little
so that they're
weird.
good at this, but their talent is being focused into a really stupid fucking thing that has no financial future in life. There are no adult spelling champions, I've noticed.
That's true. It's not
and if
That is true.
there are, I know who Kurt Schilling is, but I don't know who can spell onomatopoeia. Like, I got no fucking
You know
clue.
what? You're right. It kind of goes the way of like women's lacrosse. Like once you leave school, I don't even think anybody even realizes it's
Women's
a thing.
sports as a whole.
Hey, the WNBA is crushing. Oh, tennis. I mean, golf. You know what?
Yeah, tennis and golf.
The
ones where
times
you
are
can
changing.
appreciate
No
their
longer
figure.
are that funny. All right, would have been a banger in the 90s.
Well, I forgot about tennis and golf. Those are real
And fighting. Oh my.
Oh,
fighting
yeah,
was a good
MMA is
one.
incredible. Yeah,
Dude, if
MMA.
there's
I
a
would
chick on the
wager
card,
sometimes.
her sex doesn't really play into her popularity for me at all.
No.
It's the backstory and the fighting and the winning. And
No, I like those chicks because they're badass.
this poor disabled man. Do you see
Can
the
we just
picture?
talk about the? Can we wait? No. Read the hook first.
Go ahead. I
Who
can't
is
open it.
Roberto
It's
Esquivel
dong.
Cabrera. Why is his penis so big? And is it really the largest in the world?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I have to go from
Holy
memory.
fuck is
Oh
dick
my
big.
God! Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Look closely at
I'm
that.
so
Holy
sorry. You guys aren't
shit.
seeing it. All right, I'm gonna show it to you.
This guy told me that I had a problem with my PC.
All right. So
I
for
do.
those of you who are listening, all right. So this is a Sun article, the Sun, UK tabloid, I think. This guy is wearing he's wearing the yellow pants. He's wearing these yellow pants from PUBG, and his dick is literally down to his knee. It is literally down to his knee. You can see it.
Why does it look
does
so?
it have
That
ace
doesn't look like
bandages
the
on
dick.
it?
It's got ace bandages on it. Like the head of it is covered in pantyhose. There's no evidence. This is an actual penis.
There's several
Anywhere.
doctors
It's
who
just
weigh in on it.
socks.
Apparently, it's a very strange penis, and I feel like I don't know enough about penises to dispute this. Kind of like the trash and the stars thing, but the guy's got like a 6-inch penis, and the rest of it is just extra skin. And the doctor said, "Hey, we should remove this, make it better. You can have a normal sex life. You won't have to file for disability. You can be a regular person." And he's like, "Nah, I think I like the giant cock." So
I mean, you're right. Look at this right here. It says he began with this enlargement since the doctor says he began with this enlargement since he was a teenager, wrapping some bands around his penis with some weights to try and stretch it. Although the experts who examined him believe the bulk of his 19-inch meat is foreskin. So basically, he's got a bunch of stretched out skin and scar tissue surrounding a very normal penis.
Fuck
right?
that.
Why would you do this to yourself?
How unwieldy is that?
Incredibly. You could like
beat
every time he
somebody with it.
pisses. Every time he pisses, he has to wring out the foreskin. He has to like pinch it and like pull it to the end. He's wringing out
It's like a tube of
19 inches
toothpaste.
of Yeah. He's like getting, you like get your thumbs and like wrinkle up those last little bits of toothpaste.
You know when you have like that the piss driblets for after you pee, when you put your pants back, you pull your underwear back up to your butt, and you're like, God damn it! Like a couple drips came out. This guy is like 3 ounces of pee will just like come out of his foreskin into his underwear.
Chop it off.
This is like, dude, think about that. Try like damaging yourself, stretching your skin, getting that much scar tissue there. That's like Kyle. You're like, man, I want to have huge biceps, but I don't want to lift weights. I'm gonna make cuts all over my arm, and then I'm gonna let that scar up, and they get raised, and then I'm gonna cut again, and I'm gonna make a bunch of scar tissue in lieu of just being happy with myself.
Man,
like this guy's mentally ill.
Hence the
made me a little sick to my
getting
stomach.
cut, getting ripped, all makes sense now.
Yeah. Guess he's not circumcised then, huh?
The opposite.
He's like
the opposite.
Yeah, he's if they're no, just put a little on the top. Just keep adding to it.
Dude, Amazon
my
just
God.
stopped selling their like circumcision
Wait,
practice kit. Are you guys not familiar
I'm
with
sorry,
it?
what? I'm sorry, what?
Wait, who do you practice on?
It's the kit.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. So if you're interested in doing like I don't know, maybe you want to be like an amateur circumcision guy, like you're an entrepreneur opening your own business.
Yeah, oil.
It's a circumcision training kit that they used to sell on Amazon for like $400. And you could circumcise the thing on the kit so that you at home can build your circumcision skills, maybe to practice on people later on.
Well, you do want practice before you begin, right? Like you don't want a sloppy job there. Like I've seen in porno like some real sloppy jobs, and I'm like, oh God, oh, they should have left that thing alone.
Right?
Yeah, that's why there should be no circumcision. Like, can you imagine if Amazon was like, Amazon has removed their clit scissors that they were selling? You know, they'd become very big in some areas of the UK. In the Middle East, they were booming. #1 bestseller. I must recommend, you know, like that kind of thing. But like now, it's so normal here to just chop off the tip of a boy's dick. Like I don't know. That's the one that never makes sense to me. I know Kyle is of the variety of, it can look better. But it's like, you don't make biological decisions.
Mushrooms over rocket ships any day.
Look, if you didn't tend to yourself, you'd look like a goddamn caveman, Taylor. Your back would be a mane. You'd have a giant beard that goes from your eyeballs down to your ball fro. You'd be a wilderness person. But so it's okay to adjust things from their natural state. No, I'm 100% pro circumcision.
None of us throw stones at braces. So why would you throw stones at circumcision? They're really just a different kind of cosmetic surgery.
Braces are correcting something by moving them in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Circumcision is going, you don't need this, and then just chopping it off, and then the little baby goes, I need it? I'm 1 day old, you cunt!
This is coming.
Does the baby call you a cunt?
No, the cunt.
The baby,
cunt.
It was like,
Oh my
baby
God,
came out the womb
political.
getting super alpha.
Yeah, I know. Has this baby been on 4chan already?
No, he's calling him a cunt. Like,
that makes way more sense.
At all. And then people will be like, but some people get that foreskin that's like anteater nose shit, and they can't even fix it. And it's like, well, then send that guy to the doctor, and he can get it taken care of. The other 999,999 people, let them keep their dick skin.
No, I don't want
people in
it.
the UK don't have to jack off with lotion because they have dick skin.
No?
You remember
because of the implication.
Listen, I've spent enough time in helicopters with people that are 12. I'm good. I
think I was in that helicopter with you. Right?
No, you weren't. I never
wasn't?
went on a helicopter ride with you, but I've been on plenty of helicopter
Am I
rides.
crazy?
With
Who did I
I'm
go
just
with?
like
In LA, I flew with.
Not helicopter.
I was not. I went with myself and X Jaws.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong then.
Yeah.
Forget who
but-
else was on there with me.
Sounds
know.
great. Wonder what he's up to these days.
I know what he's up to these days.
Go on.
Oh,
He's in marketing.
I ran into Sam randomly I was going to a music event and I was pre-gaming at a bar in Hollywood and I looked over and I saw Sam at the bar and I was like, Sam, I thought you were in Philadelphia or dead. And he was like, no. And we caught up a little bit. And then I went over to his place a couple weeks later. He did micro influencing relations for a makeup company, and then extrapolated that business and started doing like more macro influencer stuff with his business partner. Have not talked to him since. He invited me to a lot of his Sunday brunch dinner or whatever things. I don't have time for that, but
it's not
has
Bernie.
an apartment
Is
here.
his business partner Bernie still?
No, it's
Okay.
not. It's not Bernie. No, and
Oh.
trust, because like I knew him when he was working with Bernie and all of those guys and the Y Combinator guys. But no, he's got like a stable business and has a place out here. So he's definitely different from 5 years ago when we hung out. Like he's much more put together.
Oh, good for him.
I've
Yeah.
had some good times with Sam. Just
Sam, I have only had good times with Sam. I was
Sam came and
shocked to
stayed-
be. Go ahead.
Sam came and stayed at my house for a while. He came down and he brought his porn star girlfriend with him, and I put him in that guest bedroom that Wings was in, and he was like, I need a little more room to stretch my legs. I'm gonna rent a lake house, and so he immediately rents like a really nice lake house, and he's gonna rent a car. I'm like, here, I've got an extra car. Just take my extra car and drive it. Immediately, like gets in a fender bender in my car. He's got this porn star like dancing around my house in like no fucking clothes. All my
I
friends
remember when he dated her.
all my friends are very uncomfortable.
So she was dancing buck naked?
Not buck naked.
Oh.
Not wearing enough clothes.
I
That's-
misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah, definitely not buck naked. It was, but none of us. She didn't wear enough clothes. That was the issue.
Yeah, I remember him defending her purity,
Yeah.
right? Like he was saying that outside of films, she really hadn't had sex with many people, and
I mean, outside of the 30 films I've had sex with people, it's like, regardless,
Let me see what she's up to these days.
I don't wonder what she's up to these days, but I was pleasantly surprised to accidentally run into this man and reconnect, because he was always like the black horse, not black. Is that the right
sheep, I think
terminology?
you're going for
Black sheep. Yeah. Black sheep of the YouTube community. Everybody, even still now, people are like, yeah, what is X Jaws up to? Like, I don't know, running a good influencer business, apparently, because he lives in LA and doing pretty well for himself.
Well, that's
Where's the
good.
Date on this video. Trying to figure out how.
Don't link
recent
that
this
video.
is.
That would be inappropriate.
Yeah, that would be so
stick it right
inappropriate to
in
tell
Discord.
me exactly where that you would be finding this video. Don't tell me the time.
Ah, damn it, Kyle.
Pornhub right here. You didn't timestamp. Oh, never mind. Don't need a timestamp.
Yeah, I don't know how to timestamp Pornhub.
Yeah, is that a
one of-
thing? I don't know. I never
Not
share
one of them.
links.
Yeah, they're really getting it after.
Well, at
me
least
here.
he's wearing a condom, and that's the real winner.
Well,
That is the law in California, by the way.
Huh.
oh,
My
man.
favorite feature of Pornhub is that they show like the viewership, like rate, right? Like you look at the waveform of Pornhub videos and you're like, that's where the action gets started. Like I know exactly where I need to skip ahead to.
And then there's like the vertical bars where they're like
Yeah, and they're like,
blowjob,
"Hey,
doggy.
We're changing position. Somebody out there, whoever made up these ideas, is
Someone's
incredible.
watching this this like
Someone's like, I
thousands
just
of
need to know
videos.
when they stop eating ass. It's like, oh,
Someone's watching thousands of videos at 12 times speed, going like pussy licking, doggy style, missionary.
Ah.
I wonder
She
if they
is
get
a-
paid $12 an hour.
So here's the description on her profile. She's from blah blah blah. This is her second porn of the US. She hasn't been seen in the movie industry since 2015. So no one really
Sam took
knows
her
what
out.
happened to this weirdly named cutie, but everyone hopes that she'll come back sometime soon. It happens quite frequently like this, where chicks will drift in and out of the porn industry for.
Oh my
quite a
god, I
while.
forgot her name was that.
Yeah.
She's not even of that
No.
descendants.
Hey, Elizabeth Warren can get away with it. Why can't you?
Wait, you gave away too much info. We gotta reel this one back.
Is it private? I didn't think that was.
I wasn't gonna throw
we
it
gotta
out
we gotta
there.
trade. We gotta dip out
He
of
made
here.
videos with her name in it.
Look, I mean, it was widely known. I just didn't feel like I would add to it.
Which one is she? I have the volume on.
The young one who's not 50.
The one that is not
Oh,
the more
I'm
notable. Of the
skipping
two.
around.
One of those is a legend. The other
Oh.
one has disappeared.
Actually, the younger one's the hotter one. The other one's a legend. Oh,
Well,
I
I would hope so. The other one has been in the industry for decades.
Yeah,
so-
Ron Jeremy dicked her down. Ron Jeremy dicked
Ron,
her down.
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy did dick her down.
Yeah, but yeah, I always had a good time with Sam. I did all sorts of silly stuff with him.
Yeah, Sam
it
was a good time.
He was there that night. That individual who shall not be named vomited all over the table at the W in Hollywood. That was
Wow, that is literally where I ran into him. Was the
Yeah.
W in Hollywood. Should have brought that up.
Yeah. Hey, here's that table right there.
Maybe
Guy's worth
maybe-
15 million now, but I knew him when he was puking on tables. Remember?
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh my-
It was super embarrassing.
Ah, I know.
There was a whole group of us there at like this little table, and I wasn't drunk. I'd had a beer.
By the
or
way, the
something.
W for the listener viewers, W Hotel in Hollywood is a hotel first, but the bottom level of it is like a bar / live music area, and you can get a table there. It is not the place that anybody should be vomiting at.
It's
Not
nice.
because it's so
classy.
nice. It's just
No.
like it's
Yes.
not class. It's fine. It's
It's
a
not
hotel
classy to
bar,
you?
but
You
it's
What
nice.
are- what are your standards
pounding
like?
alcohol to the point of vomiting.
No, I'm saying that like nobody. It's not the place that you get so drunk you vomit. You can vomit in any of the nightclubs or any of the other bars in the area. It's just like imagine throwing up in a nice hotel
Yeah.
lobby. That's kind of what you're doing.
We're just sitting there, and I'm not going to say who it was or even allude to it, but me and Hіgһ and Sam are there, and this individual's there, and actually I think Keemstar's there, and we're all just
Yep.
drinking, and everybody decides it's time to smoke a cigarette, so we all get up to go, and me and this individual who shall not be named are the last at the table, and it's just he and I, and he goes and covers the table in a white milk of magnesia looking vomit, covers it, and it's a small table, it's a circular table, like I could, it's literally about what I can do with my
It's
arms.
a wide boy.
And
They
he-
still have those tables, I promise.
he wipes his mouth, and then he reaches under the table and wipes the vomit under there, and I'm like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And we walk outside, and I look at Hіgһ, and he's playing it off like nothing fucking happened. He's smoking his cigarette or whatever, and I look at Hіgһ and I'm going, dude just threw up all over the table in there. Hіg's like, what? He did? How much? Like he coughed up a little? No, he covered our table that we just left with vomit. It's running onto the floor right now, and we didn't tell anybody. He's like, well, we got to get him out of here. I'm like, what do you mean we? How am I his I mean, we're all friends here, but what are we gonna smuggle him? He's like, nah, I'm just gonna get him a cab, and we get him a cab, and we sit. And I'll never forget, as he's leaving in the cab, he's looking out the window at us like this. He goes, he's so wasted. It was very funny. It was very funny. I wish I'm not gonna say who it was. I would never.
Yeah,
Great guy. Great guy.
I
He just had a rough night.
Damn well who to be. Great guy. Also, awful bar. Also, incredible that it's full circle, and that's where I ran into him.
really weird that you ran into him there. Yeah.
Really weird. Also, like, I don't even know why he was there. He was with a very weird group of people that I also had like fringe known from the music industry. So it was just like, God, I love Los Angeles.
I mean, like the other ways we ordered was like me and Kyle walking into that place high out of our mind. I remember walking into that Applebee's and thinking I'm so high I can barely function, and then walking next to my buddy Kyle and him being even higher than me and being like, okay, I'm gonna be okay. And then we got in there and Kitty, like I've said this before about her. Kitty is a god.
Kitty is a guardian.
Kitty is a guardian. That's a great way to put it. She got in there and she immediately went, we will have 2 of every appetizer. Perfect. That's what everyone needed. There was no way 1 order of skins was going to get around that table. We needed 2 orders of skins for everyone to get one. And it was tremendous. That was the night that we were sitting down and me and T-Mart were sitting next to each other. We were very, very young at the time. I was 19, he was 18 or whatever it was. And we were like, hey, let's give each other our phones and we'll tweet from each other's phone. And like, I was baked out of my mind. And I thought it was like really funny. And so I tweeted from his account. I was like, I'm high out of my mind at the Logan Steakhouse, wherever the fuck we were, Applebee's. I'm high out of my mind at Applebee's, and I tweeted that
on T-Martin's Twitter,
and like on T-Martin's Twitter, and he had my Twitter, which was like way more accustomed to nonsense, and he said something like super friendly, like, we're here having fun with friends, LOL. and then, like, we handed it back to each other.
Like, family, friends, and God forever.
Family, friends, and God forever. And then, like, we handed it back to each other.
T-Mart's mom follows him on.
Yeah. T-Mart's mom follows. I remember that. I remember handing it back to him and him like there.
So that's happening at their end of the table. All right. On my end of the table, this is dawning on us a little. News travels very slowly across the stone table. Me, Kelly, and White Boy are down here in our little group, and we look up, and I think Alex, White Boy, is the one who was like, "Is TmarTn crying?" And I went, "Shit, man, what the fuck happened down there? TmarTn's fucking crying, dog." I was like, Kelly, look. TmarTn's crying. I was like, maybe there's a joke. No, those are real tears. He's crying, huh? And then like, I'm like, hey, why's TmarTn crying? I don't know who was next to me. I wish I could remember because they were both to my left. But like, word got down to us that Taylor had gotten a hold of TmarTn's Twitter.
He said it would be a funny idea, and I went funny with it, and then he didn't go funny with it, and then I handed him his phone back, and he saw what I tweeted from his account, and he was like, "Oh my god, my mom follows this."
Dude, he was like,
chill out, man. And like, I saw my account.
He was like 15 or something.
He was 17. All right, because we're the same age, but it doesn't matter. He was like the most business centric of all of us. So he was like, I'm never going to be able to lease a home. Like you would just ruin his like homeland ownership vibe. Yeah, it was so good.
That was funny as fuck.
I'd like to get him back on the show.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to.
I think he would.
But
I don't know. It can't hurt to ask, you know?
T-Mart, shout out to T-Mart. I'm sorry about doing that with your phone. I thought it would be funny at the time.
Should have gave me your phone.
And in retrospect, it was funny both at the time and now.
I bet right now.
I'm not sorry.
So I'm not sorry too much.
And like I'm gonna go ahead and say, like not to throw anybody under the bus or anything, because like it's just people react the way they react, and like Taylor fucked up in that moment. It was like super shitty what Taylor did.
I thought it was funny and like a silly little thing.
But it's funny that it all played out that way.
I was if I were to tweet this from my account, I wouldn't care. It wouldn't bother me. Like I thought I was being silly.
What was great is Woody let Taylor know that it was a real shitty thing that he had done.
What he did, he did let me know, and I remember being like, I just thought I was memeing, man. Like I thought I was being a silly jokester. That's kind of my MO.
A real rapscallion,
Taylor,
you know?
A real no good Nick.
Somehow Taylor ended up down there with Woody and Kitty. Not that they're not fun, but they're not stoned. and so like
I
now
was
he's
probably
got
more
two-
judgmental at the time than I am today.
fuck it. No, we were.
It doesn't matter.
Look, guys, everybody's at water under the bridge. You know, we're all doing
I don't
great.
give a shit what anybody
You
thinks.
guys
That
got
shit was funny.
podcasts. TmarTn's got lawsuits. We're all here.
Wait, he does?
No, I was making a
That'll
CS:GO Lotto
go.
joke.
Yeah.
That'll dose.
I don't know. I don't think what I did was nearly as bad as baiting minors into gambling.
Now he's definitely not coming on
back
the
now.
podcast.
Dude, I bet he would come on and talk about it. I know he would come on and talk after the
Yeah.
show.
Hey, you want to bet?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm right.
Joke.
I don't know how. I don't know how well how he would fall on this one. You know.
TmarTn and I are friends. We don't talk all the time or anything, but I still consider him my friend.
Yeah,
And,
we're still buds. You can't friendship bait him into the podcast.
Let me finish my thought here. So after the podcast, he texted me and he was like, "Hey man, that was fun. I enjoyed this or that." And I think he wished that I brought up the CS:GO stuff. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking of it too. I wasn't sure how it would go. This is how I would have done it." And he's like, "That would be perfect." So that's why I come from this like.
Yeah,
Oh, so you just pander to him?
Not exactly.
No, the opposite of that. No,
I would too. I like
TmarTn's
Tucker.
my
I'm gonna give
friend.
him
I
the
would
benefit of the
support
doubt.
him. But
I'm in his camp. You know, I'm stoking the flames.
I lost
Look,
$8,000 gambling on those CS:GO skins. I'll have you know, and I haven't gotten over it yet.
Never taken a dime from gamblers.
Hell no.
No, I don't give a shit either way. I hope he made a lot of money, and I think I hope he did. Who knows?
I hope that dog is still healthy.
Well, he's gonna need it. He's gonna need that dog for the next one.
From what I can tell,
Wait, does he have another
TmarTn
one brewing?
from what I know from his social media when I look at it, is TmarTn was very intelligent and skipped the phase where streamers moved to California and then realized it's way too expensive and he went straight to Florida.
He didn't
and was
skip
like,
it. What do you mean? He lived with me for 9 months, and then he was like, "I'm driving back to Illinois. I fucking hate it here." Yeah, he lived. He moved to the Gamer Shore. Yeah, me, Goldie. Yeah, lived with us, and then he was like,
I want to hear about that. So
Uh-huh.
you guys
What
moved
the
there,
fuck is that
and I
guy
thought there was going to be like a lot of
He has a
collaboration
kid.
and stuff happening.
Yeah, we all had very different schedules. TmarTn would wake up at 7 a.m. and record 9 different intros for his Call of Duty video. I'd wake up at like 11 and record like a video. Brennan would live stream. Goldie would live stream for 12 hours a day. And that was kind of like how it worked. Like we all did content creation, but differently. And then Muzza Fuzza moved in and didn't do anything. And then Syndicate moved in and did his, so like, yeah, great idea and concept. Sorry, but like we didn't execute it well at all.
It didn't turn out to be as collaborative as I thought it would.
Nah, we were the first gamer house though. So
didn't Muzza Fuzza he didn't stick with you guys? I didn't even know he was.
No,
with you
he
guys. I
stopped
thought
making
quit like 10 years ago.
He did. This was we're talking about 2012.
I didn't.
We're talking about literally a decade ago.
This isn't that long after the Twitter incident.
Yeah, I don't know what the Twitter
That's
incident.
what broke him. That's
He's
how
talking
it
about
ended up
this restaurant story where they trade.
I don't know what the fuck happened to Muzza.
No, Muzza Fuzza stopped doing stuff and then went back to live in Montana. And the only way that I knew he was alive was his ex, who used to live with us, hit me up like 5 years later, 5 years ago, and was like, "Hey, he still thinks about you guys." And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this.
It's like, I don't know. We're still making dumbass content.
I'm like, I still make YouTube videos. Yeah, but like people move on. But regardless, yeah, that was
Brandon as a
we
kid.
relevant
Is he
to it.
still with the mom?
Yeah. Well, that's a weird way to freak.
I didn't want to say, are they married? That's kind of judgy. They could have a great.
They're not
relationship
married
and
yet.
not be
They're not married.
Yeah.
He has a
living in
bastard
sin.
child living
you
in
beat
sin.
me to it. I swear to God, I was going right there.
Oh, I let him know.
In a religious household. I know about living in
Yeah,
sin.
myself as well. I make sure he knows
That
that
child
he's
can never go to heaven.
Oh, I
You can't wash that stain off, mother.
No,
wait, no, it's
You're
Goldie,
gonna-
not Muzza.
Oh,
Goldie
Well,
has the kid.
Sorry,
then they're both going to hell.
Sorry, Muzza.
Yeah, you know what? Add them all in.
I bet Muzza's.
That guy's going to hell
kid
for
is
sure.
Not a.
The only thing I remember, like I never watched Gold Gloves content. He's like my age.
Neither
or
do
maybe
I.
A little younger, but like I remember him losing his channel. And then everyone in like 2000.
That's how he got his shit. Yes.
He got so because everyone at the time was like,
he deleted it
everybody
himself.
Throw your support behind.
He deleted it himself. No, I don't think he did. No. But like this was the first communal upload.
So much.
Everybody uploaded this fucker's. Yeah, this fucker's communal montage. And it was like, hey, please help my friend who had 30,000 subs regain his channel. He had like 70K by the end of it.
Dude, I mentioned him in my bullshit channel where I was like, "Hey, help out!"
He was late on rent,
I remember having like 40,000 subs at the time and seeing his channel go from 0 to like 80 or whatever, and being like, "This is some fucking bullshit, man!" Like, I should delete my channel. Although I don't have a deep bench like he does. Like, who do I have that really likes me? Well, I've got Woody. He likes me. I've got Kyle. He likes me. Wings. He hates me. Who else do I have? Hutch. He doesn't know who I am. Who else?
Yeah, it was a tough one.
No, I remember that very well. It's a long time ago.
It was. It's a fun time to remember though, because
the best of times, the worst of times.
The best of times, the worst of times.
That Chicago trip was when it was a really fun fucking trip though. I had a great time on that trip.
I mean, now I live in LA, so it's different, but like I get the mentality of being stuck to the only place that you know.
I thought you were doing drugs there for a minute.
Yeah,
I was so
I was going to, dude. I'm in Colorado, and I had every intention of just blowing smoke at my camera all night long as a mock of Kyle. I was just gonna, I was gonna get high as fuck.
If you were high right now.
But I didn't get. Maybe there'll be another show while I'm still in Colorado. But the timing was so tough.
Yeah, the problem with Colorado, this is where Cali like kicks the fucking ass. Is you can't get weed delivered, right? Like Colorado doesn't do that.
Stone Age.
It's some sort of like they just haven't quite gotten past that. There's people who are like, oh, well, I don't know about people delivering marijuana. Come on, and it's like I don't know, man. Like there's like 3 dispensaries every 5 miles. Like maybe we could just deliver it.
Why is it better to drive to pick up drugs?
Yeah,
right. I mean, not everybody can drive stoned, and not everybody should. No. I know one person in particular who does drive stoned, and he's going to always drive stoned. Okay.
Well, I can probably ride a motorcycle stoned. You don't know until you try.
I can definitely ride a motorcycle stoned. I could ride a paramotor stoned.
I could fly a jet stoned.
Yeah. I could perform some sort of surgery on myself in the woods after my father fake stabbed me.
Yeah, I flew Microsoft Flight Sim drunk. So, I mean, and I did take off from LAX in a 747 and landed it. So I'm confident that if we ever get into a situation, I'm at least capable of flying while under the influence.
I think so.
But I don't know about stone though, guys.
So in NC, you can't even have fucking alcohol delivered. You can't have beer delivered in North Carolina.
Fuck? Wait, but there also were brew-throughs, which were literally drive-through like cold lockers where you'd go pick up your beer. So the fact that they made it easy enough, you could just convert a car wash into like a glorified refrigerator aisle, but you can't get it delivered to your house. Much safer, by the way.
Yeah, and I can't mail anything either.
Also, I have had alcohol delivered. Like we had a sponsor. Was it like wine.com? Kyle, do you remember who delivered us wine?
Shit, I don't remember.
It was one of those wine.
It was one of those online wineries.
Hot Load said Wink, WINC. I don't know if that's a typo.
That's that butthole tightening company. That's different.
In any case, I don't know how they got around it. Maybe they just didn't tell anyone.
I think shipping, like ordering online and having an 18+ sign it is different from calling and having it delivered like Grubhub or Uber Eats.
I've tried to get beer delivered just like that though, like the wine thing, and they won't fucking do it in NC. I can't mail it out either. I can't send beer as a gift. There was a beer that you could only get here, brewed here, like in my town. I tried to ship it to a buddy. I fucking almost got arrested at the post office. So
yeah.
Oh, I can imagine what that's like.
Yeah.
What's happening behind you, Blametruth?
He's got a little dog.
Is there a dog?
Yeah, he's got a dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it could be someone trying to kill me. I don't know.
It looks like there's snow behind you.
That's a carpet.
No, that's a carpet. All right.
That's a carpet.
Are you high?
There's no telling.
No, I would love to see Woody high because I've seen Woody drunk, and it's fun. He lets loose a little bit, and it's fun when he's a little tipsy. When he's drunk, not many people are fun or interesting drunk. Drunk Woody is not a lot of fun. Drunk me is not a lot of fun. Drunk most people is not a lot of fun. But
True.
tipsy Woody is fun, and I think stoned Woody would also be a lot of fun.
Not ripped, but a little giggly. Yeah, I can see that with the right company and the right content.
Sure, right here on the show. So I wish that like Colorado delivered weed, and that would be our mission right now. Would be to get some weed delivered to Woody.
And that's so wild because it is a forward or a forward thinking state with weed, right? Like it was one of the first ones to do all this stuff. So it's just weird, especially given now how lax, like in LAX, they will not arrest you. You're free and legally allowed to walk through and fly with up to an ounce of weed. And that's just okay, right? And so it's wild to me that is a thing that they're just like, fuck it, whatever. But, you know, you go next state over and you're arrested for having any at all. Or it's just like...
I've flown out of LAX a bunch of times with so much weed in my luggage. And I was just like, they know. Like there's dogs everywhere. They know. Like they have to know.
So you guys ready? You guys ready for this? On Sundays in North Carolina, you cannot buy alcohol before noon, and it's been like that for the past 32 years.
Oh, wait, what about the Atlanta airport where they won't serve you alcohol on Sundays? So at all, which was a travesty for me flying back home from family time at 9:30 in the morning. All I wanted was a beer.
Yeah, there's a dispensary super close to me.
Oh, you're gonna run to it. Call them up.
I have thought about it. Like, here's a Google Maps image in the PK.
Woody, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it for you to run and get some.
I can also.
Do you see how close? It's 0.1 miles from here.
But you just want to go in and you want to say, "Hey, I want a vape pen.
Yeah.
As the weakest thing you have because I've never smoked before. I do a podcast and everybody wants to see me get high. Just tell them, and you'll be in and out of there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, they'll give you a dose. It'll probably be like literally the pen's called a dose, and it'll be like, you know, like you won't be able to get too high.
A vape pen. That's what I asked for.
Yeah.
And ask for a hybrid or sativa leaning hybrid because we don't want you getting couch locked.
Yeah, basically tell them you don't want something that's going to put you to sleep.
You want to get giggly and creative. There you go.
That would be so. Right. That's going to be so wonderful. What
He's doing it. He's
putting my shoes on.
This is.
I'll leave in a minute.
Yeah, just leave it. Just leave your camera on. That's fine.
Yeah.
So this is going to be wonderful. I'm so excited for you to get high.
Hybrid or sativa leaning hybrid. All right.
Yeah. Tell them you're going to be active. Tell them exactly what you're doing. You don't want to be sleepy. You know.
Yeah.
So it's gonna and they'll recommend a sativa. I'm sure.
It really, it really is the easiest thing in the world too.
He's back. I love that he rode the motorcycle to get the drugs. I forgot about that for a second.
Nice gloves.
Yeah, 0.1 mile.
0.1 mile.
Did you score?
What'd you get?
I did.
Got the goods. Wait, that looks like. Okay. Oh yeah, it's fine.
It's
so
an Orangina stevia. Let me see.
A fake sugar.
Orange vagina stevia.
Yeah. Single-use ceramic core CO2 oil vape system. It's a lift ticket, apparently. I get it. It gets you high. Okay.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't even have a button. You just pull and you're good to go. Although it might take a couple to heat up the coil. You might have to inhale a couple times.
Okay. He said 2 or 3 hits max.
Yeah, well, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see what you can breathe out. Like it'll be apparent.
How big is a hit? Is it like from that 70s show where you just inhale as much as you can and hold it?
No, take it easy. Take it easy.
Don't do that.
Just like a normal.
We're here for like 3 more hours. You just take it nice and easy. I don't need you passing out on me.
Like a half breath, just like. But you don't even need to pull that hard. Yeah, you're gonna be.
I'm gonna laugh when Woody just fucking gets narcoleptic for the rest of the show. He just starts nodding off.
Let's light it up. That's good.
There you go. Yeah.
So there you go.
All right, now let's wait 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. I really would.
And then the good news about a pen is that it's very controlled, and you can get as much as you need. And with weed, it's like alcohol. You could get higher later if you wanted to. This is not like like people talk about like smoking weed is like, oh, I'm gonna be high in 45 minutes. Like, I don't know. Like, you're gonna know in about.
Does it hit this fast, or
Yes.
am I just
Yeah.
making
Yeah,
it
you're
up?
high now.
No, you're
Yeah.
it's that easy.
Yeah, it hits that fast. You're high.
Yeah, I think
All right.
That's
Oh,
nice. So I mean, it was you walked. I mean, so what's I see your location data. You're in the middle of Colorado.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
what was the store like? You know, did it look like an Apple store, or was it a little more homey?
So there was a lot of security at the front door. There was like a little waiting room, and they carded me, but they didn't just card me. They like entered my card into a system, I guess, to verify that it wasn't just a bouncer using his judgment. I think they used a computer to
They
ensure.
scan
All right.
it and they check it with the DMV.
No, they only take cash. So there's an ATM machine in that little lobby cell thing. They've got you there, and I had some cash on me, so I just walked right in. And when I told them that I had never smoked before, which is only kind of sort of true, like one time in the Dominican Republic, we tried it and it didn't work, and we might have smoked oregano. But when I was like, I've never smoked before, my friend said, sativa vape pen or something like that, and he's like, never ever. Suddenly I'm a celebrity. There's 3 employees there. They're all like paying way too much attention to me. I don't want anyone to like I don't know, somehow I want to keep it a secret from the people at the marijuana dispensary that I might smoke pot. I think I might have just blinked out, and I'm like embarrassed that I'm buying this. I'm like, what would my mom think? Hey mom, I'm not sure you're watching this. And that's just going through my head. And he's just like, dude, yeah, we'll get you this, we'll get you that. He's hooking me up with like, I don't know, supplies that I will need to get high with for a long time. And it's like, no. This is just I'm passing through Colorado. Like, we're not on the same wavelength. He's got me with these like rechargeable things, and he's trying to throw in gummies and this and that. And he's trying to get me to review his store and all this on top of it. But I'm like, I just kind of want, what Kyle said to get. And and even though I asked for sativa, they hooked me up with a hybrid and an indica pen too. And they were like selling those, but I was like, no. They told me what to get, so that's what I came back with.
Way to stay true to your guns. They were.
I like indica. I
that's
your strongest. Yeah, because I want to get fucked up. But
it's a different kind of experience than the one that you're smoking is a little more less body, more mind, right? Like you'll feel a little giggly, silly. It's more creative stuff. Indica is like I want to go to bed. I want to sit in the couch and feel like I'm a part of the couch. You know those old Dare commercials where the girls dated?
They just like sink into it.
Yeah, it's actually like that.
The guy behind the counter is like, indica, couch. That's how you remember. I'm like, all right, I got that. He didn't have one for sativa though.
Sunny sativa.
I hope you called it what you called it when you got back. The
sativa.
Orange.
I messed it up.
Stevia?
I kept messing. Orangina was the flavor.
Orangina.
I love that it's Orangina because I'm imagining like Donald Trump, but with a pussy. Like I'm imagining what that would taste like. And
does he grab
a
his
little
own
bitter.
pussy by the pussy?
Dude, what is it about weed like names that we really couldn't figure out? Like maybe we should normalize the names a little bit. Like maybe we shouldn't call it like gigafuck or like concrete barrier or something like that. They're all such a like a hard name to just be like, yeah, I want the super glue. Thanks. Like,
I don't know, because it's this weird thing where it used to be this street thing, and it was like strains were named by like criminals, and so like who names these things? Criminals do. And now
Bubba
it's
OG was Bubba growing in his backyard, and he's like, "This is that good shit."
Yeah, and now they're named by like guys who are like store owners, businessmen, or at least legitimate businessmen, I guess is the right way to say it. So like it's Girl Scout cookies or something like that.
If you think about it, the names they got on the street, it's like they don't have to advertise anything. Like everybody already knows it if they know.
Yeah.
So, and if they don't know, then it's like they're gonna know.
Yeah, if I heard train wreck, I was like, for real?
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. One of my like illicit marijuana dealers, he would get seeds from California. So like he actually had the right strains. So when you bought Trainwreck, you were getting Trainwreck. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
How long does it last?
It depends.
As long as you want it to.
Yeah. I mean, like
you just keep going. He's like each puff, like what's the half life of each puff?
Yeah, that's what
I'd say what, like 45 minutes to like when it starts to taper off, and then maybe like 2 hours after the initial where you're like not noticeably.
Yeah.
Well, this is good data. Yeah. So full high starts in like 2 minutes, lasts 45, and then tapers for another hour. And
roughly speaking.
Okay.
For me, it's always like instantly high, and like after 20 minutes, I'm not as high as I want to be anymore.
I'm like, that was really great. We got to refresh it, top it off a little bit. It's like refilling the glass.
Yeah, like every 20 or 30 minutes, I would want some more. But it's
I feel
so
like Kyle's
deep.
recalling his Kyle athlete days back when he had an
Yes.
Olympic
Yes.
tolerance,
This is-
right?
this is Heisman.
Olympic
Heisman Kyle,
funny.
right? Because current Kyle cannot.
Oh,
perform
no,
these
I can't
feats that
hang.
he's talking about.
Mm-mm.
Current Kyle's right here with me.
Yeah,
it's same level, 100%.
Oh man,
oh god,
how you feeling over there, Woody?
I'm happy.
You looking
Good.
content. You looking like Buddha right now. Yeah.
Zen mode, huh?
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish I could smoke some fucking dope.
This is just making Kyle like. It would be like it's like the episode where I think it was Kyle was drinking, and I think I had just kicked like basically like alcoholism, and I saw him drinking. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta have at least one beer, and then like that one beer turned into two, and then that's how they get you, man. That's how they get you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no, it's okay. You didn't open the beer and force it down my throat. Not your
the
fault.
high is not that high. Like, I don't know.
You can just keep hitting it.
Yeah, that was only 2. He said 2 or 3.
I mean, if it were me, I would be like, I'm about to go get my nicotine vape in a second because like I'm missing it right now. But I would be smoking it like that. I would just be hitting it over and over. We took.
Does this little clear lens tell you how much is left?
Yeah, you can see the goo in there. If you like move it around, like that liquid, that goo in there. That's
you have half a gram in there. So for me, if I don't smoke vape pens, I much prefer like straight like a bong or a joint.
Yeah.
And like the act of literally exhaling a volcano of cloud into somebody's faces, you know. But no, I mean that'll last you if you really wanted to guess, it probably like 70, 80, 90 puffs if you're ripping that. That's a lot. And that's only until you can see like a noticeable change. You could probably get a good 250 out of it for half a gram if you're smoking it like over time.
By the way, that half a gram is less than what I would smoke per day of concentrate. Like
yeah.
I would smoke almost a gram.
Wait, were you? Oh my! You were smoking like you were doing like a gram of like wax.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that is
probably like 0.75, 0.8
that is
grams a day.
On the tier list, Woody, of smoking weed, right? Like you have like your light beers, right? You're just general, like you can go buy some weed. And then you have concentrates like you're smoking, which are great. And then you have dab rigs, which anytime you need like a blowtorch to smoke anything, like you're already in the next level of like, this is no longer like, you're not casually consuming a drug. Like you have a blowtorch for this. So to torch like a gram, it's like taking ripping shots. I could not do a dab right now and be coherent.
Functional.
It would be so bad. Yeah. It's a different level. It's
good shit. It's the best. It's the best. I fucking love it. I'm really excited about testing my tolerance level because like when I was smoking a lot, like I couldn't take a tolerance break. I'd be like, all right, we'll take a tolerance break, but first let's get high. and then the next day would come around and it's like, whew, man, it is 10 a.m. and
I haven't smoked since yesterday.
Haven't smoked since last night.
I just slept 8 hours.
Midnight.
So.
Yeah, it's been hours since I've smoked. I don't think I can do this. We need to smoke some more. So like I've had no sort of like tolerance break like throughout that whole period of time. So like, but now it's been It's gonna be like 2 years and 3 or 4 months or something like that when I finally get to smoke again, and it's gonna be there's zero tolerance after like 2 years. I'm getting
There's zero tolerance after like 2 weeks. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
like
it's almost
off.
completely gone after 2 weeks or something like that. Like I think just hitting like a little bowl is really gonna send me to a scary place, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You would love the way this smells right now. I can smell it.
Yeah.
I hope the hotel just comes fucking bashing on the door.
It's pretty mild.
No,
I'm like,
no,
is
they
it in my
wouldn't.
nose hairs? Is it like what's happening?
I think you need to
Sounds
smoke some more
great.
weed, Woody. I just don't
Does.
see you smoking nearly enough weed. You're
Yeah,
making
he's
far too much sense. You're having your takes are too.
I was gonna
cogent.
say your eyes are opening back up. Time to hit it again.
I was thinking the same thing. So there's not.
If you insist.
Folks.
Woody, how you feeling? By the way,
I'm good. I'm good.
you look more relaxed than usual. I will say.
That
You look
could be-
very. You look like you're about to listen to Snoop Dogg and, pop your feet up on the
Rolling down the street,
ottoman or
smoking
something.
Mando, sipping on gin and
And
juice. It's great. It's great. It's great.
We're gonna have some good fan edits.
Yeah.
Some smoke weed every day fan edits coming out.
This
Who
whole
did it
episode's
better,
gonna
Woody
be
or
clipped.
Elon?
I met her at.
Oh, was she in Hannah Montana?
I don't know. Whatever her credits are.
Oh, in any case. That's another one.
Wait, I gotta. Speaking of Hannah Montana, I went to, what's fucking Hannah Montana's sister's
Miley
name?
Cyrus. Oh.
Miley Cyrus. What's Miley? Nicole? No, I went to her birthday party the other day.
Really?
Miley
I'm still confused.
Cyrus's
Sister?
Miley Cyrus has a sister.
Yeah, her name is Noah Cyrus.
There's a girl named Noah.
Yeah, her 20th birthday at a bar. It was weird.
Oh,
I
so
did
you
not
weren't
know-
invited to this party? You just
I was my friend was like, "Hey, come out. We're at this bar." And I go to the bar and they're like, "We're going to Noah Cyrus's birthday party. It's next door." And I was like, "Okay." And so I went specifically because I was like, I wonder if I'll see Billy Ray Cyrus there. And it was fucking about as weird as you can expect a 20-year-old's birthday party at a bar they rented out would be. Like the median age was like 29, but there were like definitely 20-year-olds and definitely 50-year-olds all in this like a wedding DJ like yelling their shit out. And then it was packed and I was just like, I'm gonna go home. I stayed there for like 30 minutes before I convinced everybody. I was like, guys, I gotta go home. This is weird. But as she was coming in, I got bumped from like, there was no exit behind me. I got bumped by a bunch of people rushing behind me. And I was like, where the fuck did all you guys come from? And I turned and I said that like directly face to face with Lil Nas X. Like he was trying to get past me. I was like, where the fuck did all of you kids come from? And they got let in.
Little Nas X is the guy with the facial tattoos and the neck tattoo.
No, that would be no, Old Town Road, Lil Nas X. I want to take my horse to the old.
The gay rapper.
He's not gay.
You sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
How well do you know this guy?
I did not personally. So you know what he could be.
Not as
He
well
could
as
be.
Kyle.
Yeah, no, it's just a weird one of those things where you're like, okay, for the story, I guess.
If you look up Noah Cyrus, her boyfriend is Lil Zion.
Lil Xan, who's
Aha.
a very popular rapper right now.
I'm just not his demo.
Yeah,
No, believe it or not, Lil Xan has 4 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Huh.
Pretty sizable.
So he's doing good. Well, good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah,
I feel like you're not planning for the future if you name yourself Lil anything or Kid anything.
Yes.
I promise you that Lil Xan is here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Like at some point, Lil Wayne is like, he's not Lil anymore. He's just that old guy having a seizure.
Lil Wayne is the longest. Lil Wayne is like the oldest, most absurdly like long living Lil alias. Like everybody else dropping out by like mid-20s. Lil Wayne, like still, I don't know if he still is, but like knee deep in promethazine, having seizures, still alive.
Hell yeah.
Like He's kicking it. Lil Wayne's the true OG.
He's definitely on my bucket list. That guy's not going to make it another 5. I don't know if you guys have been following some of the stuff that's been going on with the educators in our neighbor to the north, Canada.
Nope.
But there's 2 great images. One that we can show and one we can't. I linked one of them there. This is a teacher, TDSB teacher who identifies as an otherkin furry. Is photographed here teaching in their fursuit. The Toronto District School Board is facing backlash over the incident just days after photos emerged of a Halton teacher wearing enormous fake breasts. Now, that's the picture I can't show you, unfortunately. But if you guys want to, you definitely want to Google that picture.
So what do I
because
have to
that
Google
is a
here?
shop teacher.
Halton teacher, huge boobs.
Yep. Okay, so this.
Oh
teacher,
my! I
yes.
have seen this picture. I didn't realize.
So
What?
she's been teaching shop class with those nipples like fully exposed, like through the cloth, and they're huge. Like if for those of you who are dumb enough not to have already Googled it, each one is as big as a small child. And there's video. The kids will like sneak their cell phones out, as anyone would, because it's got to be a huge joke. And like there's a video of her operating a chop saw. And she has to like move her tit out of the way. She's like, you got to be careful with these.
Yeah, I was going to say they're a shop hazard. They're a
They're a
workplace
huge shop
problem.
hazard.
No, what is in there? It's not.
These
human,
are
right?
actually anime boobs. No, they're made out. They're silicon. They're like silicon. They're specifically, if they're really high quality, they're specifically made to just basically sit on your chest, kind of like a body plate almost. They're molded to you. And I know this because I literally was at a place where somebody was like, "You want to feel my tits?" I was like, "Hell yeah, let's see what these things are like." They're
Never say no.
Yeah.
never say no. And
How'd they
then,
feel?
They felt like you'd expect, like silicon fake tits, like but like they were just I don't know. Those are so like what's the point?
Dude, those are
a shop
insane.
hazard.
Like
Yeah.
that's number 1, shop hazard. Kyle's right. Number 2, like those are so absurdly big and
Kyle.
out there. That's like just a form of exhibitionism. Like,
Yes.
like what the
totally
fuck is
is.
like that? Like, it comes off totally as exhibitionism. Like you're just wanting everyone to look at that all day. Like, what the fuck? Like that.
No. I have the real answer.
Okay,
I think
fill me in.
she's pulling a Mr. Garrison. She's being as ridiculously awful as she can while not breaking any rules until they fire her so she can sue them.
You might be right.
In Canada, they cannot fire her. They can't. Okay.
Genius.
If they do, she's pulling a Mr. Garrison.
I hope so much it's a Mr. Garrison. My
and
goodness,
boys
Mr.
and
Ham,
girls
what do I
out
have to
there
do to
in
get
Canada-
fired? I'm sucking dick up here. Like, do you remember
Big
that
dreams,
episode
kids.
where he's like,
yeah.
all the parents are clapping and he's like, I'm a proud gay man. And that means I like to get my dick sucked by other men. Sometimes in front of your children. Like he's just like saying all these things and he's just trying to get them and they just
everybody's
like keep applauding.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. What the hell's going on? I'm being a fucking perv in front of their kids and they're clapping me. Like,
Yeah, that's it. It's become reality now. Unless like this is just a big troll and I've been bamboozled, but no, those both appear to be real stories.
be a
They
big
seem
troll,
like joke
yeah.
stories.
I thought the furry was pretty hot.
You know what? I'm
furry
more
is like,
okay.
How are you supposed to talk?
The
how are you
furry
supposed to
is
hear what
not even a
anyone's saying?
sexual thing. Like
Don't you judge me?
Like I'm like in my head, would it be distracting? Yeah, it would be distracting. Both of those are distracting,
Especially
but also
in gym
like
class.
in gym class.
He's like leading. He's leading in a game of fucking dodgeball.
Dude, that guy, that guy in the furry suit smells like
Hopping around.
shit. You can't understand what he's saying. Guaranteed.
That's what I'm saying. If you can't understand what he's saying and he's not mic'd up, then it's a learning issue.
It's like, what? Dude, take your fucking wolf head off, you lunatic! Like
Then he starts growling at you.
then you have to go to the principal for upsetting him. You have to approach your teacher with an open palm.
Is it in a closed?
A closed palm. That's why he attacked you. You spooked him.
If you are
The
using
decision
lotion
was made.
and need lotion, I'm declaring you an amateur.
Thank you. I have jerked my dick enough to know how to do it without lotion. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of a quality amount of lotion. You're just
I
like,
would rather not masturbate than not use some kind of lubricant. Always wet platinum, 100% of the time.
That's rookie
Otherwise,
talk. Step up those.
I could do without. Okay,
Jack
like
off with lubricant, so you just are like all sticky, and you just have that like post wet platinum glidey feel all night.
Nah, like I got no problem with that. Like, and if I want to go back to it later, it's still lubed up, right?
To be fair,
it really is.
To be fair, we're also talking to the one person out of all of us, I believe, that has a blowjob machine.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
Wait, not true that you're not the only one, or
correct?
Okay,
we all got the blowjob.
All right,
machine.
but how many of you actually use it?
I mean, we
All of us
tried
used it.
Okay.
Yeah.
we all used it.
What, you think you're gonna have a blowjob machine and not fuck it?
You're being a little judgmental, Jericho.
I'm not being judgmental. I was just trying to I was trying to lessen the blow here. Okay.
If it weren't for the noise of that thing, it would have been much more usable. But the noise itself, like you felt like you were in a car wash.
I liked
Like,
Kyle's
yeah.
declaration. It's like, look, don't come in here unless you want to see some robotic blowjob going on. It's a warning, right? Like we should have a red light outside the bedroom door, so that people know, don't walk in here. That's what yang, 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 yang is.
Yep, but it's also like an audible reminder as you're sitting there with your dick in a blowjob robot that you're like, I am a degenerate. Like, what?
Oh, please.
What would the founding fathers say?
This founding fathers.
I was born too soon, is what they would say.
He's like, God damn, look at it go.
This
They
beats
say, have you
wooden
not
teeth.
a negress? In my day. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson's like,
We're on
I
Twitch. We're not on YouTube.
Blowjob machine.
That's hilarious. Where is your slave?
Do we need a new topic?
Oh no, its name is Toby. Yeah.
Oh, Kuta Kinte. Just suck the dick.
Just suck the dick.
Second
Wow,
Amendment
were you
talking?
going somewhere with the blowjob robot thing?
Go on.
To Tucker, sorry.
I'm sorry. You derailed it.
Sorry.
What were we talking about? Where's the next segment? We've been.
You brought up something about blowjob robots, and we all started talking about. I jumped. Sorry.
We were talking about. Oh yeah, no, you were just saying that you were using lube, and I was just making a comment saying Kyle doesn't settle for just any jerk off session.
Absolutely. No, it don't start something unless you mean business, right? Like you do everything 100%.
You like the candles?
I do light the candles. Absolutely. Turn on a little jazz.
Jazz, like freeform jazz, like elevator
Freeform
jazz.
Yeah. I like a clarinet in the background. Just
You
kicking
beat it to the beat.
Asking for a friend. Is Justin Bieber weird?
Yes.
Wait. Sorry,
yeah, I
what?
would never then.
Baby.
Oh, the jerk
And
off.
Woody only likes the early beats. Yeah.
He's way too old now.
Yikes.
After Baby
Yikes.
sold out. Yeah.
Asking for a friend. I said asking for a friend.
Yeah, I don't. So Kyle, you light a candle, you get some nice like freeform jazz going,
Yeah.
and then you get your wet platinum to the side. Do you have your like cleanup towel or implement? Where's that?
Oh yes. I see like in like popular culture and like movies, they've always had a Kleenex. I produce such a volume that a Kleenex is just not adequate.
I feel the same way.
I don't know if that's just like a myth or that's just what TV writers like to throw in there, or if people are out there are actually like, yeah, Kleenex, it's all it takes. No, I use a full-sized bath towel. Like it's gonna. I've got a bath towel over there that could populate a small African country, right? Because I don't wash it until I don't wash it. I don't wash it until it's just a crumpled up ball that's just solid. Like you try to pull it apart, it just fights against you.
Yeah, if you drop it and a piece chips off, God damn it! I lost a corner of my towel. It just shatters like a wine glass.
Bobsledding on her towel. Holy shit.
Yeah.
A paper towel. You don't settle for the paper towel.
No, that's far too rough. After that, you're very sensitive, and I don't want Bounty Quicker Picker Upper on there, like being all rough.
I don't know, man. The brawny man is going nowhere near my cock to because I'm gonna want to like grab it and like get any residue off and clean. I want everything to go. I have emotion, you know. You just grab everything and pull away. Just pull away as I clean up afterwards. And you know, I don't need that. The brawny man is that's just far too absorbent. No.
Too much, too rough.
Yeah, I guess.
How
so,
about you,
man.
Tucker? What's your setup?
I'm gonna say honestly, you know, I do prefer the loop when I have it, but sometimes the you know Girls Gone Wild commercial comes on and you're on your couch and the loop's over there, and you're just like I've got 35 seconds.
Those steel drums going on. Oh shit! It's the longest. I got 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
3 minutes. You got 3 minutes.
The worst part was when you're getting closer. You're like, I know it's about to wrap up, and I don't think I can do it. I've got another 15 minutes before it comes back on again. Like, what do I do? You just got to do the ambient jerk, you know?
Yeah.